a tough one indeed, because WINSTRIKE, they have been a little bit silent lately, of course, with the player break and everyone out enjoying the summer. They are still a little bit rusty, as we've seen in their recent matches, but if they finally have their flow going, it should all be going perfectly for them. This is a reasonably for both teams at least, it is a pretty CT-sided map, about 60% win rate compared to their T side, but WINSTRIKE, they don't care about statistics. They start off the round with a nice headshot towards jungle.
Looking now to take control of that A bomb site, and GAMERLEGION are playing retake at the moment, and that nade from Mezzy is wonderful. Takes down Crizzen and locks us back into the 4 versus 4. Mezzy, as well, with the smoke and flashbang remaining, would like to stay alive in order to utilize that utility. It's Rusty to push in first, though, and Lackey contesting on the other side. He has 2 players to find now. He's already found the first, but the captain of GAMERLEGION will be able to reply, perhaps, as Adam and his teammate rotate in through CT. He's definitely looking to deal damage at the moment, but Elian is keeping them at bay, continuing to fight as Bondic finds Mezzy. Zero replies for 1, but it might just be Bondic to stabilize, as Zero is trapped under balcony and taken down by Nickelback.
Yeah, Nickelback with an excellent position. I mean, there was even a player on stairs that he didn't shoot, but he just had the complete flank of them. They had no idea he was there, and if it would have gone wrong, he would have always been able to chime in for that kill. First round goes to WINSTRIKE. A nice performance. There is going to be a decent enough buy for GAMERLEGION, but this, I mean, with the lack of utility and mainly just going for 4 pistols, it will have to either be WINSTRIKE running into a stack, or it should be a pretty decent round for them. Oh, a push towards Palace, and that spooks. Bondic immediately falls back. You do not want to give away that big gun of his, that AK. That would be massively problematic for the side of WINSTRIKE.
Now, interestingly enough, a little tidbit of information here for you. GAMERLEGION recruiting a new coach in the last couple of days, as Gux retired from competitive Counter-Strike. So perhaps that could be the reason why they're looking at a new approach to this series. Some fresh ideas from a new coach, and perhaps a new perspective on the map pool as well. In this particular round, though, it looks as though WINSTRIKE are going to be able to collapse in onto this A bomb site, and as time progresses, GAMERLEGION are falling further and further back into B.
Adam has to go pretty big on that close-range deagle if he wants to make anything happen, especially because the heavy rotations have already been made. Peek in, Dry Peek shuts down Adam, and now Era long-range shots will not be able to connect, and the site has been forfeited so far. Elian looking for a nice little kill with that Mac-10. Easy money coming through. But they're waiting to try and collapse here on GAMERLEGION, whereas they should probably just save their little weaponry that they have into the next one. Otherwise, they will have to go for the full USB run next round, because this one is over.
It definitely does look that way. 2 pistols and a scout retaking that A-bomb site against 5 players. It's definitely a very tall task to ask for, and one that GAMERLEGION really don't want to even consider. Rusty is just demolished by Lackey, who gives him no opportunity to hunt for any exit frags, so it looks like it will just be a scout and a deagle saved through by the CT side into round 3. They should be ecoing around these weapons as they save up for the full investment in the follow-up round, and this is great news for WINSTRIKE. If they can continue building up some T-side momentum, then GAMERLEGION look like they could be in trouble in this series.
Yeah, the GAMERLEGION really need to edge this one out. I mean, they might be confident on their vertigo, but so is WINSTRIKE, and you're taking a pretty big risk there. So you need that extra little bit of a cushion to make sure that if your risk does not pay off, that you at least make it through to the 3rd round.
Well, In this one, GamerLegion going for another fairly default setup, eventually stacking 5 players towards the B site, but WINSTRIKE with total control over mid don't really need to commit anywhere and rush into those pistoling players. Now, their connector smoke indicates they could be pushing towards short here, but the bomb doesn't really need to commit to this position. Instead, they're going to send Lackey, by the looks of things, in first on a scouting mission. He's just missed out on the spot of Era, and as time ticks away, there could be a chance here for GamerLegion to find some damage.
Yeah, that's always the risk of the stack. Oh. He thought he got the one tap on the head, but made a little bit of a whiff. It is going to be an easy A take coming in for WINSTRIKE, and another round where GamerLegion, they guess B, guess wrong, and honestly, you could just keep 0 with the, you know, head armor and defuse kit into the next round, but the rest are not that necessary. Maybe Mezzy with the body armor, but you know, saving a P250 not really that worth it. You might be able to spot a player out, get an upgraded weapon. 0 actually drops because he's the most aggressive forward player, and that is head armor and a kit on the floor.
Probably non-recoverable either from the GamerLegion side, as Elian will upgrade onto the Deagle, but Krizen has found Rusty at the cost of most of his HP, but that's not going to deter him from peeking further into ladder room. He won't walk any further forward though, as he knows that he could be punished severely for walking into that B-bomb site. And GamerLegion, they're going to save a P250, a kit, a scout, and some body armor into the upcoming round. Now, that is good news in terms of their utility. They're going to get a few more grenades out than they otherwise would have been able to, but WINSTRIKE still with the bonus round by the looks of things here, as Era's got an AWP in hand, and they're keeping 2 MAC-10s in the buy.
It's going to be crucial to get that quick AWP pick. Those MAC-10s will most of the time mean that you have some aggressive players coming forward, and that is a position that an AWP hates to be in when he gets aggressed on. Era is playing behind the smoke. Oh, he gets spotted out, but luckily there's Rusty to help his teammate out. It's going to be a very quick B execute coming in. Mezzy's completely blind, loses the fight against the MAC-10 because he cannot see any further. Luckily, Rusty again chiming in with a kill, but Krizen comes through, sprays him down, and the Molly is going to hold those pushes from GamerLegion. They should be able to get the bomb plan, but Adam peeks wide. The Molly wasn't far enough. And Bondic gets a double spray down, taking Adam out, and I think Era right behind him with the AWP, and that means 0 is the last man standing. Pushes out of window, but has no idea where Nickelback is, and Nickelback does shut down 0. 4 rounds for WINSTRIKE. They will not be able to secure that AWP, but they do manage to get themselves the 4th on the board, and 2 players alive. A lot of money still in their bank. It's looking very problematic so far for GamerLegion.
That was a potentially winnable retake from the CTs there, right up until the moment that Bondic just lined both players up with that lethal spray down. It just shut any opportunity then for 0 to try and retake, as they just set that crossfire up against him. And as soon as he missed his opening shot, it was all she wrote from that point in time. Deagle's in hand now for GamerLegion, but WINSTRIKE charging ahead on this T side. Any kind of benefit they can get here, really, as long as they can convert this opening map, they're just in such a stellar point to be in for the remainder of this series. And perhaps that could be getting to GamerLegion a little bit. They've been waiting a rather long time since their opening series, at least, to engage in this elimination matchup. And if they lose out on this opening map, they could just crumble mentally.
That's a nice opening pick. Era does get a close range tag in, not a massive one, but Elian needs to fall. Am I saying that right, Elian? I have no idea. He needs to fall back because, of course, he is a little bit low, and you don't want to duel anyone else. The 2 players left on GamerLegion pushed ramp, but there was no one there, and WINSTRIKE will get themselves another bomb plan. That's 5 on the board. GamerLegion, they need to get that AWP of Era aggressive, but not like last round where he jumps out in mid behind the smoke and then tries to jiggle peek the smoke for some reason. That was a weird round.
I think I sort of understood that setup in mid. Era's supposed to go aggressive with the AWP. You're not supposed to expect him to be dancing around the smoke, and then if he gets in trouble, the rifler from window can chime in to bail him out. That is actually what ended up happening, and that's not the shot I expected Adam to land, but bo3 is able to clean it up either way. That's 5 consecutive now, and I do think you're right. Era's had no kills so far in this map. You need a CT AWP available to start finding some impact, and even though he had the sniper in a decent position in the round he had it available, he wasn't able to find any kills with it. And to that point, I really do agree with you. That could be the difference maker for GamerLegion at this point, if they can find a way to bring their sniper online.
Might just check out if there's anyone coming ramp, or Adam going aggressive towards mid, so that means they're going to go for the heavy connector presence. Look at that. GamerLegion 4-man mid hold. And they didn't peek on the side of WINSTRIKE, so they're going to fall back. Era does need to be... He has literally no backup. So if anyone would have peeked wide there from WINSTRIKE, he would have fallen immediately.
He's still aggressive as well at the bottom of connector here, and flashed off the angle. He will eventually retreat into the A bomb site, but that was a beautiful mid take from WINSTRIKE. They waited out the early aggression and then just fell in with basically no utility necessary other than the default smoke and connector, the window and connector smoke, in order to buy that control. Just no damage taken whatsoever, and forcing GamerLegion back into that A bomb site. It's created space now towards B for them to maneuver, and if Crizzen can just hold this mid flank, WINSTRIKE might be able to overwhelm the B site.
Yeah, there's barely any utility left on GamerLegion. No real hold-off utility. They have 4 flashes and the HE grenade, but you need a smoke or a molly on that B site for the push. Blind comes out onto Mezzy, needs to fall back. He throws out his flash, and they're gonna get close towards site. Rusty actually gets jumped over, but Mezzy already falls, and that is the B site. Lost. The bomb is gonna get planted. Retake is... I don't really think you should go for the retake right now. You have no kits on your players. Unless Era gets a quick opener right here. Yeah, that's the safe call. It's already lost. The rotations were too late. The utility is too lackluster, and you don't even have a kit on your players, so there's not really a reason to go for it. Nice little boost, though, in spawn. Might spot out a player getting aggressive.
It could deal a little bit of damage, but for WINSTRIKE at this point, they could really just be hunting at the end of every round. bo3's got 12k in his bank, Nickelback nearly on 10, and Elian and Crizzen are going to have well over 7 at the end of the round. So this T-side bank is in a beautiful spot right now, having taken 6 consecutive rounds at the start of the half. And really, that economic momentum is going to be super difficult to crush. Meanwhile, if WINSTRIKE had gone hunting at the end of that round there, they could have taken away a vital rifle from this full buy. Instead of doing that, though, they are now going to have to face against a full buy from the GamerLegion side as they call a timeout to just extend their purchases through the round. Zero is probably going to pick up a FAMAS here and extra utility, unless Era decides to drop him an M4.
This is they've got 8 kills in 6 rounds on GamerLegion. Their entire team combined is almost the amount of kills that Lack has.
That is certainly not the scenario they want to be in.
Especially the Opera. Era needs to step up. He needs to find that pick, the opening pick at least. They need the extra breathing room. They need to drop the utility on WINSTRIKE on one of the players. You know, they need something, and they are trying to go for the aggressive mid, but as you previously mentioned, WINSTRIKE are not taking that mid aggressively. They're just holding it behind, waiting for GamerLegion to waste all of their utility. Nice jump wide, but it gets spotted out by Lack. He sprays down Era, and the Opera is already gone. Too slow on the jump, actually too fast on the move from WINSTRIKE. Spray down from Rusty through the smoke. I don't have a single clue how he did even... Was that just, you know, holding a certain angle? Did he pre-aim that area? That was strange.
Well, either way, it is the man advantage to WINSTRIKE in the early stages of round 7. And what a nightmare for Era as well. As a player that we're highlighting as somebody who really needs to start coming online for this Gamerlegion side, as they are desperate for an AWP just to shut down WINSTRIKE on the way into bomb sites. There seems to be very few early kills from Gamerlegion to be able to deny the plant, and with Era down first, there are no more defenses other than the M4s in this A bomb site. Lackey in sandwich, just holding for his team's aggression. Zero's found one, but Krisen had taken down his captain before that kill. He has to go huge now, and the triple might just be enough. Rusty following it up, leaves Elian in the 1-on-2 scenario. Bomb yet to recover, but CTs have him at a crossfire.
That was a hero play coming out from Zero, holding down that side. Bomb is going to get planted, though, and they're going to double up towards the CT, which is still very doable, actually, for Alien, unless he turns his back to them. He hears both steps coming from that angle. He's going to peek wide, gets one. Rusty trying to bait, and will manage to win the duel, and finally Gamerlegion get one on the board. That is a must-needed win. They do have a decent amount of money. I don't know if they'll go for another op, though, because it has not paid off in like 4 rounds for Era. At this point, it's you just need Zero to go big again.
Well, and now we have the opportunity to talk about our case partners over at Hellcase, the biggest and most well-known case opening website with almost 100 cases, updated case pattern, upgraded, dozens of monthly giveaways, and tons more unique features. The issue for Gamerlegion is that they did win a round, but they only did it with 1 player left alive. If they lose this follow-up, they could be economically wrecked. Bondic has found the opening kill on to Mezzi, trading it 1 for 1, but Rusty now is in trouble at the van. They should predict his angle, and they just trample him as well. Era is the man to try and recover with this AWP, but he's going to be double mollied off. He just has to retreat, and that's a B bomb site given away to WINSTRIKE.
And it seems that they already called the save immediately on Gamerlegion. They lose the 2 players towards B. Rotations again are just a little bit too slow. It's not like it necessarily was the fastest push you've ever seen, but they just got shut down. Getting aggressive towards apps. The call that it was going towards B was a little bit too late, and Era couldn't get the rotation in fast enough. And that is going to mean they'll at least have some weaponry into the next round, but WINSTRIKE immediately turned that one upside down.
I mean, yeah, just 2 opening kills needed in that B site. They find the double entry, and that is enough, really, from WINSTRIKE to win the entire round. The Gamerlegion know they're going to struggle in a 3-on-4 retake after that point in time, and this is why I think it's so significant to have an AWP on the board. Stop committing it towards mid now, as it's clearly not worked at any point in time on your CT half. Instead, you need to anchor that AWP in a bomb site and hope you've guessed the correct one, because you need a way of stopping these WINSTRIKE players from getting access to the site and the ability to plant. That's the huge issue from Gamerlegion. It's not that they've been struggling in retake scenarios, is that they've not been in a position to be able to retake because they've just been wrecked in the early site game.
And as you just said it, Era is going towards that B site. They're going to triple stack B, so mid is completely left open. Era taking a decent amount of burn damage, and they're going to get a nice trade off of it, but they need to rotate someone towards mid, or at least hold the jungle area, because you have absolutely no idea what WINSTRIKE is doing right now. They have mid control, playing aggressive towards ramp and palace as well. They might even go for a quick peek, but Adam, he's playing a risky peek. Bondic close range. Who's going to win that duel? It is going to be Bondic with the quick headshot, and puts them at a man advantage. Is going to be a 5 versus 2 take, because the rotation coming out from the CTs is still a long way to go. Rusty pushing towards apps. There is still luckily already a player in CT. Bondic, does he expect the player towards ramp though? Zero down below.
Oh, look at this. Gamerlegion have evacuated the B bomb site at entirely the wrong time. WINSTRIKE have switched it up and decided to go through underpass, and this is already a round for them. I really don't see a world in which Gamerlegion try and retake 4-on-4 on this B bomb site. They've made the wrong call at the end of the round and given B away for free.
That's a massive play, especially because Rusty already pushed further, so they had the intel from him that no one was in apartments. With that, they just go a different route and they completely clean it out. will they expect Bondic to still be inside Palace? It seems they still think he is around that area. He can't really have gone anywhere else because, of course, as previously mentioned, Rusty was flanking. They will shut down Bondic, but it is going to be a 4-on-4 situation with a save coming in for Game Legion. Another one. I mean, at this point, you might as well just save every round because they're just a little bit unlucky at some of these times. Or WINSTRIKE really has the best strat book ever.
That does appear to be something that is really going wrong for Gamer Legion on Mirage. WINSTRIKE are reading them like a book in virtually every round at the moment, and at this point, I think Gamer Legion just have to start committing to retakes now. Yes, obviously, you do need to be saving your weapons because you're going to be in those E-code scenarios if you don't do it, and you're going to have just the pistols to work with to try and contest the follow-up rounds. But at this point in time, Gamer Legion have only won a single round in the entire half. If they just continue saving and backing away from these bomb sites, their economy is going to be in a decent position, but it's going to be too late in the half for them to get anything done. They need to start contesting at this point in time, and I think maybe the 4-on-4 in that B bomb site was the perfect opportunity to do so. They were obviously worried about that lurk of Bondic in the A Palace, but really Gamer Legion, I think they need to start taking opportunities and taking chances now because WINSTRIKE are at serious risk of trashing you on your own map pick here.
Yeah, especially because they still have to go towards the CT side. Nice spray down. Lackey, very low in HP. Doesn't get finished off just yet, but Rusty is pushed forward towards mid, so we'll be able to shut him down. And it does seem that they're gonna stack up toward no, only 2 players towards B. They're gonna go for the quick B execute. This might be, as you said, a perfect retake situation. Nice spray. Messi shuts him down. Bondic will get rid of Era though. Peeks out wide, but Messi holds the line, gets a lot of damage still, but does not fall while he tries to retreat. Dodges all the bullets. Kristen will get the kill onto Messi. A 2 versus 3 situation. Bomb is down though, and that is a problem right now because Zero will shut down Kristen, who was completely stuck towards bench, being swarmed by VCCs. The rotations were fast enough, and the defenders, that's the most important thing. We're finally able to hold that line long enough for the rest of Gamer Legion to join them.
There was actually a perfectly timed Molotov for Gamer Legion as well. It sank itself directly in the middle of all 4 players, so there were 2 in front of it and 2 behind it for WINSTRIKE, and I don't think they had any smokes remaining to extinguish it, so they just had to leave their 2 players aggressing into the site, and that allowed Messi to isolate 2 one-on-one engagements, anchor the bomb site, and hold true on the defense. That is the 2nd round secured from Gamer Legion, and the opening kill now in mid, as perhaps the CT side is starting to wake up and build momentum. It's 2 consecutive rounds in which they've managed to find the opening kill, but this time Elian's traded it back without reply, and he looks to do more damage. Whiffs the shot on Rusty, though, and this could still be in Gamer Legion's control.
Yeah, that's a nice, much-needed return frag, but look at that towards the A side. If they kill off Adam, that's a free site. Luckily, Adam gets the headshot on Bondic in time. Lackey does now know where he is, sees him jumping all over the place. But the bomb is towards that A site, and there is still Kristen towards mid. They just need to win these duels. They're going for the retake, it seems, on Gamer Legion. This time they are banking on it completely.
It worked.
And actually, that's, I think, the right call to make.
It definitely worked out for them in the last round, and with the utility that they have available, surely this should be an easy task for them. Kristen's already missing his shots onto short as he spots 2 players who deploy a Molotov, but they're running straight into it, and Zero has taken that engagement. Lackey brings it into a 1 versus 2 and prompts out a bit of pace from the Serbian player as Zero lines up a flashbang to deploy out. It completely blinds Lackey, but he goes for the pre-fire and actually 180 now. He has to find Adam, and he's done it, Lackey. What a huge clutch in the A bomb site. 1 versus 2 at the end there, down from a 1-on-3, and that is a nightmarish round for Gamer Legion to lose.
A 4-on-2 retake, and they managed to hold it as well. Oh, that is so painful. I mean, it's been going bad, but this is just like a nail on the gut. This is just a punch to the gut. Added, you saw them finally getting those aggressive moves in. It looks like it was their round all over. They even went for the retake play, which was the right call to make, but they just get absolutely annihilated. Era tries to get the shot in mid, but tagged down heavily, will have to fall back. And it is, I mean, that really just, that hurts. That hurts to watch, that hurts to feel, that hurts to play it. It's all around hurt.
Oh, this time Elian's found Era now as well. That is the nightmare to look for.
Era still has 0 kills to his name. He's got that up for like 7 rounds or something.
He's
not
having
a single kill.
But perhaps the aggressive positioning might just work out in this round. It is Zero who only gets 1. Adam gets the follow-up too, but perhaps the only kill from the Slovakian rifler is enough to stabilize this back into a winnable situation from GAMERLEGION. But when you consider WINSTRIKE won a 2-on-4 in that last round, a 2-on-2 is by all means twice as easy for them to try and pull off. Rusty and Mezzy looking to creep in as Rusty on the edge of the smoke has punished Elian at close range, and now Bondik, Molotov out of firebox, has to swing out into this one. He has protection now, and if he guesses the angle right onto Mezzy, he has a chance in the round, but unfortunately he can't flick quick enough, and GAMERLEGION have secured their third.
Yeah, luckily they do manage to shut him down. They still have plenty of money on the side of WINSTRIKE to buy the next round, but they will go for the double op save. That might actually be a magical choice there for GAMERLEGION, because Mezzy did just get an op shot connection, did get a kill, so that is already, you know, a big plus on their side, and they might need that extra anchor on either the A or the B side to just hold it off, let Era do whatever he does in mid, and yeah, it's going to be Mezzy another round on that op. It has a positive KD, which is already impressive if you're 6 rounds down.
Certainly is. He's been doing a lot of work, especially over on this B bomb site, trying to deny those entrances from WINSTRIKE. Zero peeking aggressively underpass, but it's Mezzy who's found the opening kill of this round early on to Lackey, and you can tell Zero wants to push further in here. He will actually decide to go through in the end, as he can hear the sound cues that WINSTRIKE are trying to advance into B. There goes Zero, finding the double kill in the apartments. Adam now just has to play this passively, really, and allow his teammates to fight with him as he spotted out the players on the A bomb site, but this should be 4 from GAMERLEGION unless there can be some heroics from the 2 remaining T-side riflers.
They managed to win a 2 versus 4. Why not a 2 versus 5? See if it's going to pay off. Of course, they need to pick up the bomb, and it is in a terrible angle, especially with Zero in mid. Will get caught by Bondik. Doesn't even land a single bullet on Bondik. 3 versus 2 is actually doable. It is still pretty tough. They do have 2 mollies, 2 flashes, and a nade, so they could zone out some angles, but if without the smoke, it's kind of tough to get close to the bomb.
Well,
especially with the GAMERLEGION smoke being thrown out.
That smoke might allow them a little bit of room closer. They might choose to creep through that one. Bondik definitely aware that this could be a problem, dumping a close nade and Molotov, but Era at close range with this AWP has missed the opening shot. That's the bomb for Bondik, and they can just bail out now, sprinting towards the A bomb site, as they should be aware that somebody's going to peek them from the short angle. It is Mezzy on the AWP, and he's found the shot onto Bondik as well. Bomb can't be recovered now by Nickelback, and it is going to be a 4th for GAMERLEGION.
Honestly, Mezzy is actually doing a lot of work on that op. The opening pick, shutting the bomb planter down while he's pushing towards connector. Pretty massive round from Mezzy so far, and GAMERLEGION at least managed to secure 4 rounds. They do have a little bit more of a shoddy buy on WINSTRIKE. They don't have all the utility that they want, especially Lackey has literally nothing. But they do have the AKs full ready for this next round. Will they be able to flush out the GAMERLEGION defense? Mid has been gifted out completely. Mezzy is he's getting really aggressive with these op angles.
You can tell he feels, as an individual, some responsibility for his team now. He feels like as the AWPer who is doing the heavy lifting, he needs to try and carry a little bit harder than he otherwise would have and just put his team in positions where they can convert rounds. Adams decided to creep through this A smoke, and Crizzen might have just missed the timing on it. He strafes round, but he's not good enough to land the shots, and that is the opening kill going the way of GAMERLEGION yet again. As this time, WINSTRIKE slow down. They do have that mid control, but this AWP from Era could really hurt them if they choose to move in.
There's the first kill of the game. Finally, Era chimes in with a frag. And will he be able to turn that into plenty more? In the meantime, Lackey does clear out a player towards jungle. So mid is completely in their advantage, and they have cut off the rotations between A and B. Now it's just choosing this right site and guessing exactly where the CTs are. They do have a little bit of utility. They could flush out a player on site, for instance, or make sure that Messi gets flashed towards CT. Nice flash, but they don't expect Zero to be that close. And Zero's gonna peek out wide, gets rid of bomb Nick. Gets a double nice shot down, and Lackey, he does have an op and a solid spread between the enemies. What is that going on? Misses the shot twice. And Zero actually swapped towards the USP while he was, I don't even know what was going on right there, but luckily enough, they still managed to win this round on GAMERLEGION.
Really all on Zero there. Nobody peeking firebox, and that allows him to swing out and get a vital double kill and clean up the third in the round as well. And GAMERLEGION, considering how dire the beginning of this half was, they've done well to recover it to this point as they look now to secure 9-6 in their favor. WINSTRIKE will be desperate to win this last round of the half just to deny any more momentum towards their opponents. But the utility is so lacking here for the T side that it's likely to be an incredibly fast-paced round from them.
They have to make this work. Era gets a great flick. Finally, he's feeling it a little bit more towards the A. Yeah, they're gonna go and head out towards A. Flash coming out. They have used all the utility. Zero already got a kill, and Adam together with Zero hold the line on the A side. The last man standing. Alien, can he get anything done? Era shuts down around, and that is 3 frags for him for this half. It is, well, finally, you know, the last 2 rounds, he finally got his frags going. GAMERLEGION caught their momentum the moment that Messi picked up the op, and they managed to at least get 6 rounds on the defense, which is a lot better than I initially would have expected them to do.
Well, yeah, you take a look at that opening scoreline, 9-2 down, converted with a 4-round streak at the end to bring it back into the 9-6 scenario. It's definitely the commendable recovery from this GAMERLEGION side, but they're not done yet. There is much more work that needs to be done within this opening map as their pick. They really need to claim an advantage on it in the series, as their statistics indicate Vertigo is not comfortable territory whatsoever for this GAMERLEGION squad. WINSTRIKE, if they can win out this pistol now and then convert the subsequent rounds, that would be hugely important to do for their CT economy here on Mirage, but also would be great in terms of their momentum at being able to extend their lead and put GAMERLEGION in another really dire spot.
Yeah, let's see if GAMERLEGION feel a little bit more comfortable on that T side. It might just, you know, be a little bit of the beginning map jitters. We see a lot of teams struggle in the first, first half of the first map, and then all of a sudden start waking up halfway during that first half. And it seems GAMERLEGION have managed to, at least for now, shake off those goosebumps that they've been having. Because Zero has been going massively. Like, he's had so many clutch rounds for GAMERLEGION to actually turn this one around. Same with Messi with that op, has had some massive frags, but it was pretty much all on Zero on that A site, you know, hiding behind the firebox and pushing ramp, getting a multiple player kill every single time to just turn it around and make WINSTRIKE sweat.
And now let's check out the odds from our partners over at LootBet. They are heavily favoring WINSTRIKE here on Mirage, giving them the 1.26 to GL's 3.48. And I definitely agree with you. Once Mezzi started coming online with that secondary AWP, that's when Gamer Legion really recovered, as they had a sniper rifle on the board. But they need this pistol round if they want to mount a comeback.
It does seem like they're going to go for the quick execute towards the B side. Smoke coming in, but the rotations are already there. Alien gets first. Bondic, gets saved by Lackey right there. They do lose Alien in the meantime. Lackey is pretty close. Ooh. What was that? Nickelback saves his life. The Guardian Angel coming through, and now it's all on Mezzi and Rusty. Ooh. Well, Rusty, he does chime in with a double. Bondic is still on 7 HP towards short. And what can they do? Krisen on site down to 1 HP. Gets shut down. Rusty with the big hero plays coming through. Bondic, 7 HP, does need to get those 2 headshots to make this a victorious round, but it is going to be very tough to achieve.
Well, that's the first head found, and the last one is in Van, but he has no idea. That's the problem, and he has to play this pixel perfectly if he wants to secure it. Mezzi's picked him off, though, and that will be the pistol for Gamer Legion, and really it's Rusty who does the work there. He does actually get spotted early by Nickelback on the top of Van, but look, you can see it here. Nickelback is looking at his head atop the smoke for a good couple of seconds, but is clearly focused on a different player, and that allows Rusty to find the 2 that he's looking for. Gamer Legion, they are forcing up alongside WINSTRIKE in this round, and if they can overcome the CT buy, they should actually have a round lead before the first full gun round is completed.
Yeah, this is WINSTRIKE with I mean, it's a decent enough defense if you get a couple of flashes, but they're playing long range angles. They're going to go for those headshot deagles. Actually, Krisen is getting pretty close. The nice smoke towards ramp. That makes it tough for them to push through. Aaron's going to jump through, but he gets taken down first. Kill coming through for WINSTRIKE. It's a 1-for-1 trade. Jump through the smoke. Nickelback tries another hero play, and the scout towards CT is going to get shut down. Lackey with the deagle in hand.
Ooh.
Does get a double kill while falling back, and now it's all on Bondic and Lackey to try and retake this site. Decent amount of damage dealt is very possible for the side of WINSTRIKE to defend this.
Well, Lackey had to hit an opening shot there, even if it was just to deal damage. He was so important part of this 2-on-2, and now that he's removed, Gamer Legion can easily convert their 8th. They look to hunt down their 9th now with the WINSTRIKE eco, and this is the Gamer Legion boys back in Mirage 100%. They'll be looking into the full gun round with an opportunity to take the lead, and Lackey buying pistols and armor here. Is that really a good decision? That's seriously going to limit WINSTRIKE's economy in the next buy.
Well, if he manages to keep that armor intact for the next round, it could be pretty nice. But as you said, they will have lacking utility because of it. And utility on the CT side is, especially on a map like Mirage, so necessary because you can get completely flushed out of a site. A lot of damage dealt to Bondic. He's going to jump up. Close range. Oh, that's a great move from Bondic. But unfortunately, it's going to only amount to 1 kill so far. Lackey and Alien, can they get anything done? Lackey drops the bomb with a nice deke shot, but Zero chimes in, and Era gets a double in the anti-eco.
And this is it then. WINSTRIKE are going to be able to buy forward, and Lackey seemingly does have enough money to get the weaponry he wanted available after the kills that were secured. He's got 20 kills so far on Mirage, hugely carrying the WINSTRIKE side of things, as Zero is closing into his scoreline with 19 of his own on that T side. But the AWP's out on both teams now to determine who's going to take the lead in this match. WINSTRIKE are desperate to have it back, and Nickelback is unable to find anything in mid. This is going to be a B execution, and there is some very aggressive positioning from Lackey that's just been deleted.
Yeah, that's pretty problematic. Rotations are too slow. Rusty just pushed towards short, and they had absolutely no idea. Peek out wide from Nickelback, but that is the save call made. They just get shut down before the rotate. Well, the rotations actually were there at a decent pace. Unfortunately, they already lost their 2 players immediately, and that is Alien and Krisen saving their weaponry. Is this going to be the reversal from Gamer Legion, shutting down WINSTRIKE, taking the lead for the first time this series?
And this could be the dream for GAMERLEGION. What a time to wake up towards the end of the map and get that momentum going. They're the first team to reach double digits as well here on Mirage, which is a huge milestone from the mental game perspective. A huge motivational boost as soon as you get those 2 digits on the board. And now they're hunting down from 6 in order to be able to force us on to WINSTRIKE's pick of Vertigo with a map in their back pocket. WINSTRIKE here, I don't think it should be anything more than pistols and armor supporting these rifles, because they would be able to get a full buy forward in the next round, and that looks to be exactly what is occurring. Deagle's a P250 supporting these 2 rifles, and GAMERLEGION, if they can overcome this one, they'll still have to fight a buy in the next.
It is still very possible with an op and a nice tag coming out from Alien onto Mezzy. That's a big kill player to tag down low. Of course, Zero would be the #1 target to take care of, and he is flanking towards that palace area. They're gonna go and push ramp, it seems, peek and get some intel on their side. The rotations, the B site is actually just only being defended by Lackey, so it is very possible that they get an aggressive push coming in there. Rusty gets spotted up by Kristen, who is then immediately going to fall back and smoke off Connector. Doesn't want to forfeit that mid position just yet.
Well, with the Connector smokes down, it's actually allowed GAMERLEGION to get much closer to this A bomb site, and they're looking to push into it even. The bomb nowhere nearby. Mezzy would have to recover that at the back of T-Spawn as he does look to go and get it. They explode out of Connector, and Rusty narrowly finds the right timing onto Krisen, and the remainder of the kills, they come through in quick succession for GAMERLEGION. It's all on the boys from B now to have a say in this round for WINSTRIKE. With just pistols, it's unlikely they'll get much done. GAMERLEGION on 11, and if they can get through a full buy here to win themselves 12, they'll be in a dream spot as WINSTRIKE are looking at an eco after their next buy, I think.
Now, Lackey, if he doesn't get any tag damage on him, he will just have to spend 350 on that head armor. Same with Nickelback. So they'll just try and make sure that they don't receive any more damage. Not that you necessarily need to buy head armor, but Adam does have an M4. They are actually getting hunted right now, which might give them an opportunity. Op has been dropped. The tap's coming out. Nickelback does manage to get that. Unfortunately, he got greedy to try and secure it. Adam does shut him down, and they will be able to save an op into the next round. They did do a 2-for-2 trade there in the end, so it definitely was worth it for WINSTRIKE, because the economy of GAMERLEGION is pretty massive right now.
At least they do pull those weapons away at the end, but now it is going to be a technical pause, breaking up play at the moment, which probably works out in WINSTRIKE's favor rather than anybody else, as it's GAMERLEGION who have that momentum on their side right now that is being broken to pieces. And the full buy is going to come through from the CT side, but their bank is virtually totally empty off the back of this one. Nothing for Bondik, 50 for Elian, 100 for Lackey and Krisen. And when Nickelback buys as well, he's going to be stretched in terms of cash. If GAMERLEGION can get through this round, the likelihood that they can convert their own map pick is very high indeed, as they would be able to get a 12th round off the back of this win, and then a 13th you'd expect in the incoming WINSTRIKE eco.
But yeah, those are possibilities. Let's see if they'll be able to stop this push finally on the side of WINSTRIKE. It does look like a quick execute towards that A side, and Bondik is getting aggressive towards mid, but because of the flashes thrown, Adam falls back and will spot out the aggressive move coming forward, and that immediately cues the push from the T's. Alien does chime in with the first frag. Nickelback is under Palace still though, and so aggressively pushed. They will manage to shut down 2 CT plays. I can't believe that he didn't manage to get the peak wide to shut down his opponents. Rusty towards CT, jumps over the box, will get taken out by Lackey, and Lackey gets a double there. They know that Bondik is stuck inside Sandwich. Adam needs to peek out wide, does catch out Bondik, and it is going to be all on Alien with that op. Does have the hold on the cross, and the bomb is still on site. Will he get the shot in? No, he will not. Era does chime in with his second kill of the round, and finally, mainly Era has woken up, 8 frags to his name, and he's getting close to tying up his score. So all of a sudden, Gamerlegion take that advantage, and all of their players are starting to frag.
Indeed they are, and now they look for a much easier 13th round in number 22, as it's just the pistols that can be bought by WINSTRIKE with scraps of body armor to attempt the denial. The next full gun round could just be the final nail in the coffin for Gamerlegion, assuming they can get through this one, that is. But Lucky's already taken down Era and Zero. Always, this seems to be the way in Malta vibes. A team falls behind and then they get those Deegs out and start wrestling advantages in their favor. Massive double opener for Lucky as he hunts forward for a third.
Yeah, but will he win that duel? No, he will not. Adam shuts him down. He even dragged the weapons back so that they wouldn't be retrievable, and is just guarding them like a bloodhound right now. Rusty does try and bait them towards the B side. A little bit of tapping here, a little bit of spraying there, but it's all just a distraction for now. Mezzy gets towards short though, sprays down Elian, and will fall back before Nickelback from short does actually catch him out. And the last man on A side is actually Krisen, hiding behind. And it's probably going to be him trying to hold down this push, or are they going to rotate? They are, it seems, heading towards that B site. And the gamble stack from WINSTRIKE is going to be unsuccessful.
Unless Bondic can peek mid and spot out Mezzy. Maybe if he can find a kill there, he can call some quick rotations through. But he's actually crept into underpass. That could be a more lethal position if he was a couple of seconds earlier. But now he's going to be slightly too late to have anything to say about the plant at least. His rotating teammates are probably going to come through from the CT position, as Mezzy is just waiting to punish them if they decide they want to walk out mid. Instead, they're going to go all the way back through T-spawn, which is a rather long route to be taking. They're going for those weapons to save forward into the next round, and it's Bondic who's just looking for exit damage here. WINSTRIKE have preserved their economy, presuming they can save these rifles.
I'm actually kind of surprised that that op was not just tossed out of the map, that it was just still left behind there on ramp. I saw Adam, you know, he jiggled, beat them backwards to get them out of their range, but then he just stopped at the position that he was holding the push from. So they managed to save themselves 2 AKs and an op. Not a bad round for WINSTRIKE, all things considered. Of course, they are still down 4 rounds, and they need to win this one. Otherwise, they're in a world of hurt. But they did a decent amount of damage, and they managed to save a couple of weapons.
They found that double entry, but they really did struggle to get much more outside of that one. And Gamerlegion, you have to give them credit for that. It is very easy to be overwhelmed by those Deagles. And if Mezzy, when he was in mid, didn't fall back after getting his opening kill onto A, he could have been caught in a Deagle crossfire himself, and it still could have been a 1 round by WINSTRIKE. So commendation still to Gamerlegion for getting through that, despite it supposedly being an easier round in terms of weaponry. Elian's forced off his aggressive angle, but there are 2 AWPs on the server for WINSTRIKE in this round. Lucky's not spotted anyone towards B apartments just yet, and Gamerlegion, they still want to contest for this mid control.
I definitely do like the choice of going for the double op setup. Of course, the first half, Gamerlegion, they started waking up once they got that second opper available, and maybe WINSTRIKE will be able to use that same power of that secondary op to just hold down long angles towards that B side, so you don't have to have that massive defense ready towards B and just hold down the anchor point, so that, for instance, in this case, Bondic could peek out wide towards the mid and try and get a possible kill there.
A mid to B attack looks to be what is on the cards at the moment. From the Gamerlegion side, Lucky's found the first kill, but Adam quickly on the trade has left Bondic in trouble now. He needs a minimum of 1 kill here. Found Adam and looks for Zero, but can't secure it as the follow-up headshot is fast from this T side. Zero aggressive now, wants to punish Nickelback at close range, and he'll get just that done. Looking to put the bomb down. Now it's WINSTRIKE who need a 2-on-3 retake of the B bomb site. Elian is so close with this AWP, and he has the info on Zero as well. If he can just creep forward, that's the kill found and brought into a 2-on-2.
That's a massive play coming through from Elian. So aggressive close range. Krisen does get shut down by Rusty, and it's now on Elian. Does he manage to get the 1v2 clutch? They need him to go big, gets a shot in, and he knows where the last player is. He knows he's towards that short area, but will lose the duel against Era, who does clutch it out, and it's going to be 14 on the board for Gamerlegion, 2 away from winning map number 1. Their map pick, of course. So, I mean, they should win their map, but shoulda, woulda, coulda is a completely different story in CSGO, and it seems Gamerlegion are going to go for a timeout. So they definitely want to make sure that they have their plan correct for these last 2 rounds.
They want to make WINSTRIKE sweat a little bit here under the pressure of the upcoming scenario. They are well aware that even if a buy comes forward at this point, it's going to have severely hurt that WINSTRIKE economy. Elian and Krisen have nothing in the bank at all. Bondik might be able to drop a little bit in the next round should WINSTRIKE lose, but this is the last chance saloon for them, and bear in mind, it was a 9-6 half favouring WINSTRIKE. They've not won a single CT-sided round in this entire map, and if Gamerlegion get the next 2, it'll be the clean sweep T-side for them.
And that's probably what their goal is right now. I mean, that would make it problematic for WINSTRIKE next round, next map. Their entire dreams will be crushed. I mean, it is pretty crushing to see so far. Zero getting pretty close towards the site. Does walk forward, back turn towards CT. Luckily enough, Krisen does chime in for the kill, but that was a strange move, just completely not paying attention to what was possibly towards Lower Palace.
Yeah, it was a risky decision either way to move forward there, and I'm assuming that because they put the early Molotov down, he wasn't expecting there to be anybody under balcony, especially seeing as he hadn't heard any strafing or seen anybody moving in when he got into an aggressive position. Unfortunately, he doesn't get anything, but Era trading him out at least leaves it in a 4-on-4. Elian's missed the key shot on to Rusty there, but the information's been garnered by Lackey now. They can call the rotations into the B-bomb site as he has to hold on here and look for a kill. That's it found on to Mezzi, and this could just be WINSTRIKE holding on. Adam can only get 1, and Era, who struggled throughout this map so far, would need a 1-on-3 to help Gamerlegion secure map point. First kill found, but on 33 HP, he has to find 2 more opposing riflers.
Yeah, it's a pretty tough clutch to make, especially because he still has to go for the bomb plant, and they are going to stack up on the side of WINSTRIKE, so it is, if they play this correctly, it should be nearly impossible for him to win a 1 versus 2 with the op in hand. But then again, it is if they play it perfectly. There's already a jump through coming out from Bondik. He's getting close towards side flash to try and blind Era. Does go for the smoke shot. Was close. Ooh. And goes for the no-scope flick, unfortunately. It whiffs it, and Era does get shut down. Finally, the first round for WINSTRIKE on their CT side. A much-needed round indeed.
Not a second too late. Could it come through? Perhaps, some would argue, the last possible moment for WINSTRIKE to be able to score on the CT side, and they get it done. They remain alive on this map, and could this be the 14-round curse of Malta vibes striking again? WINSTRIKE, they have a full buy available, but this Gamerlegion economy has one of its own. They can still convert map point, but how many times in the past have we seen teams get to 14 and then crumble when it matters?
But they're still gonna have to go pretty big right here, right now, because it is a tough one to make. Bondik blind through the smoke, headshot onto Era. Opper is down on the ground, and that means their mid take is gonna take a little bit longer. Nickelback peeks out wide, does not get the spray connection through the smoke to finish off Mezzi. Mezzi does pick up the op, so Alien does need to be pretty careful, but he is gonna be playing the angle to try and peek out Rusty. This is going to be a pretty important duel. If he wins that duel, it would be putting Gamerlegion in a very problematic situation. Headshot through the wall coming through from Gamerlegion, and they are actually going to go for the boost inside window.
Adam creeping in. Needs to be careful at this point in time. It's Bondik who has the job of defending against him, but Lackey's already down in underpass and ready to flank this mid execution. That means Bondit can just stay passive and doesn't need to ingress into Adam until his teammate arrives and can fire on Connector. Double kill secured by WINSTRIKE as Lackey takes down Mezzi as well. That leaves Zero, the hero for GAMERLEGION, to try and clutch out against 4, but all of his health is slowly depleting, and Krisen aggressively has taken him down. 14 to 11 as GAMERLEGION are going to be stretched to bring a full buyout in this round, and WINSTRIKE are starting to recover Mirage.
That's a nice round coming in. GAMERLEGION going for the pause immediately after. Again, they have enough for you, like an AWP and 2 AKs, but maybe go for a little bit of a semi-buy. Make sure that you have enough for the next round, because you only need 2 and you don't need to risk it. If you go for a full buy right now, that means you're going to be at a weaker full buy with an eco next round / semi-buy, and that already would put you possibly at 14 to 13. So it is very risky right now. If you go for that full buy, I would definitely recommend just waiting and, getting a couple maybe just go for quick B rush, for instance, to try and shut them down. Go for full flash, smoke, molly, reign of terror.
Well, this isn't the call I would have made. Adam on about 6.7k. I'd have had him drop down a bunch of deagles to everybody, have them just buy body armor, and then go forward into this round with their cash as preserved as possible. Instead, he's going to upgrade himself onto an AK, and they're all going to invest into their own pistols as they're confident they have enough cash for the utility in the upcoming. They've charged straight out onto the A-bomb site, actually. The wall of smokes down gives them space to work with, but Adam has already fallen to that utility. Rusty going aggressive has to be very careful. He retreats back through the smoke to the safety of his teammates. And Era, that's massive! 2 huge ones through the smoke. It leaves all the defense now in CT as Era gets a 3rd kill through smoke. The absolute criminal. And now WINSTRIKE are desperate for this 2-on-3.
What a massive play from Era. Finally, he steps up completely, and they really needed him to go big right there. Picked up the AK on the floor and started chucking down people. Great flank from Rusty. Sold on Lackey's gonna go for the defuse. Bros don't fake.
Oh.
Does not get it, and that is 15 for GAMERLEGION. With the shoddy semi-buy, managed to secure the round. 4 map points for WINSTRIKE.
Well, now the 4 guns can come out for GAMERLEGION, and they have those 4 chances to convert their pick in their favor. WINSTRIKE, while they wouldn't be out of this series, they are on home territory of Vertigo next. They really should have converted this map from an 8-1 scoreline. They've struggled immensely on the CT side, and they nearly didn't win a single round in this second half. They've converted a bare minimum of 2 now, but they need 4 consecutively if they want to remain alive, and it's the double entry that's been found by GAMERLEGION on the A-bomb site. It's a 3-on-5 retake at absolute best case here for WINSTRIKE, as they are desperate to look for an early kill.
It is very unlikely that Lackey will be able to turn this one around. 1 versus 4. Needs to go for the hero play. He's on 31 frags, and still his team does not manage to keep up with him either. It is a very unfortunate. It is going to get shut down by Mezzi, and a massive first map from him, but the rest of his team could not chime in for the rest of the matches, and that is GAMERLEGION winning their map pick.
Well, despite the 30 bomb from Lackey, WINSTRIKE are unable to do much work here over on Mirage. And now we look ahead to the second map of Vertigo to see whether WINSTRIKE can stay in proceedings or whether they face elimination. Find out whether or not WINSTRIKE can pull it all back after these quick ads. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Malta Vibes, brought to you by Gaming Malta, a home of gaming excellence. It was a very strong start from WINSTRIKE on Mirage, and then disaster befell them as they really struggled to work on their CT side and allowed GAMERLEGION to come back for the 16-11 victory on their map pick. Now WINSTRIKE are desperate for their own pick of Vertigo to go their way. Otherwise, they face 2-0 elimination from this Malta Vibes Cup. Talking you through the rest of this series alongside myself, Protalis, is, of course, DK Truman. How are you feeling heading into Vertigo?
I'm feeling excited because this is going to be the first showing of GAMERLEGION on Vertigo, so I am wondering what their entire strat book is going to consist of and how Era is going to continue his streak. Of course, started off pretty slow on that previous map, but eventually started popping off and even managed to turn around upside down in the end right there. It is going to be a tough one. I mean, I wanted to check out like the recent stats of the teams, but pretty hard with GAMERLEGION, seeing they have literally no stats on Vertigo, whereas, well, for their opponents, it is going to be a little bit T-sided map. They have had some poor performances in recent memory on that map, winning against Zako Boys, but losing against Nexus, Hard Legion, and Namiga. Pretty painful losses as well in recent months. So it's definitely possible for GAMERLEGION depending on how well versed they are on this map.
And you saw the head-to-head on your screen there of the last map. It was Lackey and Mezzy for both sides who did that individual fragging. And you really have to feel bad for Lackey considering he got over 30 kills in that first map. And it was still not enough for WINSTRIKE to be able to close things out. Meanwhile, Mezzy, he started off quietly, but when Era was unable to perform with that AWP, he really stood up and took secondary AWPing duties for his side and was a big reason that they were able to stabilize their CT half to a 9-6 scoreline and then mount a comeback heading forward throughout that map. Now, looking over to somewhere like Vertigo, I'd say that leans way more towards individual fraggers than Mirage does. It's all about those entry kills. It's all about that aim, and Lackey for WINSTRIKE is definitely going to need to show up if they want to stay in the series.
Lackey unfortunately had something called the simple syndrome, where he tries to carry the team on his own, but they really need to chime in because he can't win a 1v5 every round. It is sad to see a player like that lose, and hopefully it will not result into any inner turmoil or anything, and they just let that one slide. This is their map pick, this is their home turf, this is their most comfortable map, so hopefully they'll be able to actually show up and shut down GAMERLEGION, who are pretty big noobs on this map.
Well, this is the first time that this roster has played an official match on Vertigo, which makes it very interesting to see what they're going to bring forward. And it wasn't their pick. They did have it picked again. We head into the knife round here of Vertigo between WINSTRIKE and GAMERLEGION. We'll get to see who is going to start on that elusive CT side just before we analyze WINSTRIKE's likelihood of being able to come back into this series.
WINSTRIKE probably want to start on that T side. As mentioned, it is one of the only, there's only this one and just two pretty much, that are really heavily favored on the T side. I'm actually kind of surprised always by Mirage, because as I checked out the stats previously, and it's like 62% or something that both teams had an advantage on the CT side. But every single time I see those teams, like, generally any teams, they get completely crushed on the CT side and only win the T side. I don't know why those statistics are always so high.
Well, our partners over at LootBet are certainly favoring WINSTRIKE in this one. It's much less of a 50-50 than the start of the last map was, but these odds for GAMERLEGION are actually better than they were at the start of the second half of Mirage, and we all know how that went.
I thought WINSTRIKE won the knife round, and they're starting on the CT side. That's an interesting choice, because normally this is T-sided. It might just be they feel more comfortable. They also haven't played as much Vertigo recently either. I think they've only played once or twice in the previous month. It does seem to be a quick B execute coming out from GamerLegion. Lackey does expect the play to be close, and that is going to be a peek from Zero. They will be able to flush out the side quickly. There's going to be a nice catch from Lackey.
Whoa.
Oh my god, the 2 taps onto the heads, shutting down 2 players of the T side. Bondic chimes in as well, and this is looking painful right now. Prison is pretty low, will get shut down. It's going to be 2 versus 3.
Whoa.
The flank coming through though from Alien will get shut down as well. Now it's all on Era.
Ooh.
The man, the myth, can he make himself a legend? Tap that in, tap that in. So close, only a gush needed to finish off. Ooh. Bondic is just spraying through the smoke, hopefully getting that tap in, and this is close. He has 3 kills already, and Era can redeem himself for that previous map if he gets this one completely. Bondic through the smoke. Oh my god, Era with the clutch. 4 frags, 1v3, beautiful play coming out from him, and a massive one at that.
Wicked work there from Era, punishing WINSTRIKE on that pistol round. Despite those beautiful opening headshots from Lackey that we get to see again here, it's just not enough. Time and time again, this man is seemingly not able to do enough work to carry WINSTRIKE to victory. Now they go for the force in the second round, as it's 3 MAC-10s for GamerLegion, which could be punished against the heavy armor on this WINSTRIKE side. Utility deployed will not do any early damage to the T's though, and as GamerLegion look to advance into A, WINSTRIKE only have a smoke and 2 flashes remaining.
They are, at least according looking at their slight strats, they do have a decent awareness of the map, mollying, you know, the normal strats. So it is looking pretty nice indeed. It was a very close first round though. But they have baited all of WINSTRIKE towards that A ramp. Will they go for a certain flank, for instance, because B and mid are completely open and ripe for the taking? They are just playing so close range. It is scary. For GamerLegion, they might just walk into a complete blend. Bondic wants to peek out wide. Rusty is so close. If he peeks too far around the angle, will get shut down by Zero. Flash to try and get them off the angle. And there is again Nickelback. Actually, 2 players holding that fold. Rusty's going to peek out wide. Rusty gets a double spray down. Mac down. Easy money. And now it's all on Alien and Lack 1. All on Lackey. Good luck, my friend.
He's certainly going to need it as he looks for the opening shot. He just picks up the scout and decides to fall away. WINSTRIKE can't contest this force, and they haven't actually found any kills just yet either, as Lackey is being tagged down by the MAC-10s. He's dealt damage with the scout, found a follow-up headshot with his deagle, but Zero will eventually take him down and allow his side their second round here on Vertigo. And this is the real dangerous factor here for WINSTRIKE, is that GamerLegion have not played an official match over here. Era pulling off heroics in the pistol round clutch for sure. That's allowed them now T-side momentum, but more importantly for WINSTRIKE, they have no evidence. There's no VODs for them to go back and watch to try and guess what GamerLegion are going to be working with here. Meanwhile, there's plenty for the GamerLegion side to be working with in terms of past showings.
It's pretty much... They're playing with an empty slate. No one has a single clue how they're going to play. They just walk through the smoke, and that should be free money for Rusty all day long. Everybody just keep pushing. 1 flash coming out, but Era is holding that push as well. So it should... Oh, at least Nickelback gets 1 kill with the P2K, and it's all on Alien with that USB. It's just going to be easily cleaned up, most likely. Era gets himself a double and is on 7 frags already. That's a lot better than last map.
A much more explosive start from the Swedish AWPer than we saw on Mirage, and he's done it so far without a sniper rifle in hand. But this is GamerLegion's first test on Vertigo. It's the full buy from WINSTRIKE's CT side. They have an AWP in the hands of Alien. They've got an AUG on Lackey as well, which seems to be his preferred weapon on the CT side. And listen, if he's able to frag out as well as he is with that gun, then more power to him. Alien smoked off, not going to be able to exploit that gap, but backs away at just the right time to save his own life there. These 2 MAC-10s from GamerLegion are going to be looking to get up close and personal, and overwhelming that AWP could have been a perfect opportunity.
Yeah, it's the full buy round. Alien is peeking out pretty widely, trying to find another position to execute the enemy with. They are expecting the A push, which is not, I mean, it makes sense because they normally go A anyway on this map. There are very little teams that actually go for a full B split or a full B rush. So that op might come in pretty clutch right here. They have one player in Zero holding the flank on the side of GAMERLEGION, but it does look like it's going to be that A execute coming in shortly. They might throw out a bait and fall back, of course, but they are slowly but surely clearing out that A ramp indeed.
I'm ticking away though for GAMERLEGION, but they've burned all of that CT utility, 100% of it. There's just one flashbang remaining in the hands of Bondic, and then it will all be gone. He's deployed that now, and GAMERLEGION only have 30 seconds to work with here, so they do need to find the frags. They've taken a lot of utility damage, and Bondic's in a nasty spot, but Rusty spotted him out. Nickelback's only able to get one as Mezzi can overwhelm him with the MAC-10, and there's nothing that WINSTRIKE can do about this bomb plant in the A site. Instead, they have to look to the retake, and that's the perfect start from Elian. Takes down one of the other remaining players, but it's the second MAC-10 that's been removed, and 3 AKs can still hold on to the site.
The constant barrage of flashes keeping them from pushing so far. They're all just hiding on the side of GAMERLEGION. There's nothing on WINSTRIKE to try and get them off the angle. No smoke to cover the bomb, so they have to go for the dry peaks to try and win this, which is of course very dangerous. And Lackey is going to win that duel against Zero, but they are already calling the retreat. They're going to go for the save because they just don't have a defuse kit. They don't have the utility. They can't take that bomb site away from GAMERLEGION. And that's going to be 4 on the board for GAMERLEGION. Now they are starting off very aggressively on the T side. Are we going to get to see a repeat of Mirage?
That would be a very interesting thing to see. It's the two Swedes who are really leading the charge here, Era and Rusty for the GAMERLEGION side. And winning that first gun round is beautiful because it's a bonus round as well for GAMERLEGION. They took 2 MAC-10s forward into that last one, so they don't really have to reinvest too heavily here on to the players that do buy up. Now, because WINSTRIKE were able to save their rifles, they can still bring a full buy forward in this one. And Nickelback aggressive might just get an opening kill onto Era. This boost from Mezzi could get the refrag though, and it's immediately brought back into a 4-on-4. Rusty playing with fire as Bondic could punish the Tracers at any moment, but for now he's happy to just stay passive in his position.
Yeah, with that nade chiming in right on top of Rusty, probably distracted him for half a second. Adam is going to get caught by Krizen in mid, and another nice shot down coming in. WINSTRIKE, this might be their first on the board. Their CT defense, when they have the utility as well, does seem pretty good. Headshot onto Zero, down to 4 HP. Mezzi is going to get legged up by Alien, who's going to go for the repeat with the USP. Nah, he's a little bit too low, does not want to risk losing his life. And they could be just fine. Actually, Alien gets naded by Mezzi. Nice catch in the end to drop that up, but they are so low on GAMERLEGION. 0 on 4, Mezzi on 16. To combine, they only have 20 HP, and Bondic is playing the off angle. Not going to get flushed out towards sandbags. Ooh. Will still lose the fight against Mezzi, though. That's problematic. Now it's a 2-on-2. It's possible. It is still pretty tough, especially with Lackey rotating in very quickly. But the bomb has been dropped. Krizen will lose that duel. It's all on a 1v1. The bomb is still down, though. Needs to get planted. 15 seconds. Ooh. Lackey does dodge the headshot and will finally finish off Mezzi. First round for WINSTRIKE, but it was way too costly.
Too costly as well. That's the operative word, because GAMERLEGION had 20 HP between them at the end of that round, and they nearly won everything completely. Mezzi, quad kill for him, almost an ace in the round if he'd have found Lackey. That would have been a nightmarish round for WINSTRIKE to lose control of, but it's a great one from GAMERLEGION just in terms of the economic damage. You're absolutely right. It's kept that CT economy in check, and as they aggress now towards the upper ramp, they could deal yet more damage. Rusty and Zero have found the 2 opening kills. Elian has to retreat back into the site, and GAMERLEGION have the advantage once again.
That was a very quick opening. 2 frags coming in, and Lackey getting caught on the pushed flank. And that is an amazing start of the round, especially because the money on WINSTRIKE is completely gone after screwing up that last round, trying to keep their players alive. They're going to go for the double stack, but that AK gets spotted out from Rusty, so he knows he's there. Close range, Christen's gonna try and wide peek, and they bait and switched it perfectly, but now it's all on Elian. Gets a second for his troubles, but Era is too close range, and that is gonna be GAMERLEGION 5, WINSTRIKE 1, and their economy is again broken, so that's gonna be most likely a little bit of a pistol buy with some utility behind it.
An amazing start right now from GAMERLEGION. We really didn't know what to expect from them from their first official match here on Vertigo, but it's been a strong start. However, we've seen strong starts fall apart already so far in this series alone. It is the pistol buy that comes through from WINSTRIKE with very limited utility, but Lackey aggressive could overwhelm Zero if he gets lucky. Unfortunately, he doesn't, and Zero comes off the better of that engagement, but Elian has brought it back into a 4-on-4 with this mid engagement. Could recover a rifle as well, unless Zero is able to reposition and deny him.
This is going to be pretty nice. Elian does have armor and an AK. It is very doable with the weaponry they have. These close angles towards that A site, you can easily catch players off guard on a map like Vertigo. There are so many flank possibilities and close angles. I mean, you can just run into a CZ at any moment's notice on the side of GAMERLEGION. However, they are lacking in one crucial point, and that is utility. They have a little bit close range. Oh, does get them spotted out. Swaps towards the P250. Era's going to fall back. Elian already got himself a kill, but loses his life. The AK is now on the ground. They need to be careful of Fold, and they all 3 peek towards Fold because they expect the player to push through. It's all on Crimson and Nickelback. Can they shut down this GAMERLEGION push? It's already a lot of damage dealt, though, to GAMERLEGION.
Nickelback, he only has to put 1 bullet into Era to take down the T-side AWPer as well. Era knows this and has to be very careful getting a smoke out at this angle. Instead, he's just going to stay scoped in, but he's getting too mobile for his HP, and Nickelback has now removed him. They've not planted yet either, and they've given an AWPer away to Nickelback. He could have denied there severely if his positioning was good enough. Instead, he's now in a 1-on-2, and Mezzi's just about been able to clean it up. My heart skipped a beat for a moment as it takes another quad kill from Mezzi to close it out for GAMERLEGION.
These rounds are getting way too close. Both teams, like, you've got a clear advantage. You've got the weaponry, utility, and all of a sudden you start losing players left and right. It is a problematic situation, and that damage was definitely dealt to GAMERLEGION's economy. Still, they have enough for if they would lose this one straight up for another buy. Close to enough for one afterwards, but you do not want to lose too many of those players, because all of a sudden WINSTRIKE could string rounds together, and then you're looking into a world of hurt.
And that is exactly what happened on Mirage, right? GAMERLEGION only needed that small platform at the end of the half. 5 out of the last 6 rounds they managed to achieve, and that was enough to mount their comeback as soon as they switched on to their favoured T side of the map. Now, with the full guns out, WINSTRIKE do need to start scoring soon. That much does have to be said, as they are at risk of losing control of their own map pick. Elian is trying to exploit this gap in the smoke as much as he possibly can, but for now, he won't be gifted anything.
Nice nade onto Era, though. Oh, spots out Mezzi. That's a big scalp to take. As you said, those 4Ks were massively needed in the previous rounds to try and win that out. Era's going to go for the exact same angle peek, and Elian is not going to lose that duel. Peek out wide coming in from Rusty. They got themselves 3 kills towards that A site, and now it's all on Adam and Zero to try and clutch this one out. Bundik is getting aggressive. Gives an opening for GAMERLEGION, a problematically tough one, though, unfortunately, because Adam is down to 17 HP. Zero does have full HP. It is possible, especially if they, for instance, go towards that B site and flush it out quickly before the WINSTRIKE A rotations come in. Does seem that Zero is going to try and head through. Wait, he's just going to. I don't even know what he's going to be doing. At this point, it's just pretty much a suicide action nonetheless. Might try and save that AK, but they could get aggressive on WINSTRIKE to try and drop it as well.
I'm really confused as to GamerLegion's strategy in that round. I can understand going for the opening pick onto Elian, but then they just peek that AWPer one by one, time and time again, assuming that he's just going to be alone on the angle and that he's going to miss his shots eventually. That is the dream position for Elian to be in, on the high ground, just scope down into a channel of attack with players peeking him one at a time. I don't know why on earth GamerLegion thought that would be a good idea to contest, and the result is a second WINSTRIKE victory. You're obviously expecting the second player, when he peeks out, he's trying to take advantage, but it really just doesn't work out. And now we have an opportunity to talk about our partners over at Hellcase. If you use promo codes MaltaV and MaltaV15, you can save more and grab what you deserve. It might be GamerLegion who need to save more in the next round should they lose, as their economy is now starting to stretch.
And they definitely are in trouble if they lose this one on GamerLegion, because it is a reasonably T-sided map, and I'm not really sure about their CT side, of course, because we have nothing to go off of. So they really do need to get a decent amount of rounds, because we know that WINSTRIKE's preferred side is actually, well, better side actually is the T side. They do get themselves a 1-for-1 trade going at the start of the round. Again, it's going to be a heavy aggression towards that A ramp. They need to be careful. Molly out, Nickelback towards Sandbags. That could be problematic for him. Does Nickelback? He does not actually have a smoke, so he would be put in a very bad position right there. And they molly him. He's pushed out, and Nickelback gets shut down. As expected, that position does not work if you do not have a smoke or a teammate close enough has a smoke.
Well, that kill on the A-bomb site, it's made space for GamerLegion to work with, but there are still two players ready to defend, and Elian's brought it straight back into a 3-on-3. There's no trade potential that can come out from GamerLegion, and Krizen's punished Adam as well. Now Elian's found a second kill in the round as they try and jump over the scope of the AWP even, and it's Elian who finishes it all off with his USP. Triple kill for the AWPer in the round, and a third round now for WINSTRIKE as well, as GamerLegion, they're the team who have to look at dropping down onto the pistols.
Yeah, Elian with that op picked up is making a lot of nice plays. Again, towards that A ramp, has shut them down multiple rounds in a row. First time when they peeked towards that box, went for the same peek again. And then now he just shuts down 3. Last kill was made with USP while he had 1 HP left. But they need those hero plays to come through, because WINSTRIKE, they need to start winning some rounds on the CT side to make it possible to recover on the T, or maybe even win the CT side all around. That would be problematic for GamerLegion, of course, if they do lose too many rounds right now.
Here at close range, he's the man with the bomb. Rusty has to follow through here if they want to recover it. They can do that at least, and he's picked up an M4A4, but it's still a 4-on-4 scenario in which WINSTRIKE have a firm firepower advantage. And Adam, I'm not sure if he spotted Lackey out there. He's going to miss the timing and get killed now by Krizen in mid, as they may suspect a bit more of a B execution coming through from the GamerLegion side off of that presence. They're not going to rotate any more players in, though, and even Krizen's angle is fast rotation into A. As soon as presence is felt, he's going to make his way back over, and this is going to be really tough for GamerLegion to find a way in.
It is doable, though. It's only 2 players on the site right now, because there is still Krizen holding the mid flank and a player in a Lackey on that B-bomb site. So they just need to get rid of for Nickelback close range, which is pretty doable. Gets shut down by Rusty. The 2 pistols and M4. Can they get stuff done? It's going to be the spray down from Krizen, but it's pure panic right there coming in from Krizen. The bomb's going to get planted. 15 seconds left. Lackey's going to push forward. He does expect Zero to be on the site, and the last man standing is Mezzy. Swaps towards the burst mode on the Glock, and Lackey shuts it down. But that damage dealt by just P250s and Glocks is immense.
That could have been the one round by GamerLegion as well. They're just so unlucky that Lackey is so fast on the rotation in. They can't recover any weapons, unfortunately, either. And just sitting passive there in common angles, he's able to pick them off one at a time. There's an argument to suggest they should have gone aggressive and perhaps faced into the rifle just to catch him off guard. But with Mezzi still committing to that plant, Zero couldn't risk attacking on his own, as he basically would have gifted the retake over to his opponent in that scenario. It is going to be a 4th round for WINSTRIKE, but it is certainly costly. GAMERLEGION with the full buy have an opportunity to break their opponent's bank if they want to and try and build further T-side momentum. However, it's the full gun rounds that they've been struggling in as this half has progressed.
It is going to be Alien on that op, and Alien has been absolutely insane on that op so far. Last round, it didn't go as planned, unfortunately. That one picked up M4 on the side of GAMERLEGION did way too much damage, completely opened up the site. But both sides have pretty much no money left in the bank after this buy round coming through. So this is do or die. The winner of this round will probably run away with the rest of the half, and that is dangerous for both teams right now because, of course, WINSTRIKE have their backs against the wall. They need to win this one to take it to a 3rd map, and GAMERLEGION, if they take this map, they'll win the series and face off against Simon for the decider match on who's going to the playoffs.
Both sides definitely going to be hungry to make it, as well, as it's not GAMERLEGION's first rodeo in these Malta Vibes Cups either. They've not had the greatest amount of success so far, but they've definitely gotten stronger as we've seen them, as the tournaments have progressed and as their new roster has become more comfortable with each other. You've definitely seen them become more formidable opponents as the weeks have progressed through these events. But now in Vertigo, they're at a real turning point. They can keep a hold of some T-side momentum, and to be honest with you, they're probably going to need it as well. They're going to need that half lead at the end of this one, and it's probably going to have to be a 9-6 rather than an 8-7 as well, as 9-6 is just what gives you the safety net of losing the pistol in the following rounds and still being able to tie it up.
We have a pretty long technical pause coming in. You can always guess what's going on. TeamSpeak.
Usually the issue.
Always TeamSpeak, and then the big question is, why does no team ever use Discord? And then it's Discord, and then, okay, never mind, Ventrilo then. Mumble, We'll go down the list. Skype.
How long until we end up in raid call? That's the real question. But it might not be too much longer, hopefully, until we do get back into this one. It is GAMERLEGION under pressure, and Zero, this is going to be an interesting call. I actually don't think GAMERLEGION are going to pick up an AWP on their T side here. You quite often see sides on Vertigo just not bother with it at all, because it's all about that explosive motion into the site and getting close range kills in a lot of scenarios as well. They prefer the mobility just so that you can be more maneuverable, rotate around and collapse in on the sites when it matters, as opposed to trying to build up these set piece angles for your AWPs that are often just completely shut down by CT utility anyway.
And especially, like, you saw it in the previous one of the previous rounds, he tried to take that duel with Alien towards A-Ram sandbags, and he just got completely crushed. Of course, there are some nice angles that you can have with over the smoke towards ramp with the T-side op, but if WINSTRIKE are smart enough, they will not peek in any of those angles whatsoever. It is a very long pause, though.
Perhaps making me think that it could be some wider technical problems. It is definitely confirmed now, though, that TeamSpeak problems are what's plaguing the side, and it's really difficult to perform in online CS if you can't communicate with your team. Some people might say it's even impossible to do so, and definitely going to agree with that sentiment at this level.
Yes, exactly. You're right on that. Sorry for the interruption right there. I had an intruder. But yeah, this This is a do or die round. Winner of this will probably take the rest of the half, or at least close to the rest of the half, because they have, no money. It's looking like they're running out of strats on the side of GamerLegion as well. They started off pretty nicely, but they won a couple of rounds where they went for that aggressive B. I don't think I've seen a single aggressive mid take so far, so they still have, it's only been A for them. And it has worked a couple of rounds, but eventually you need to have a bigger strat book than only A, like almost every team has on this map. Mid or B is usually very weakly defended, and if you manage to flush out the player there with a flanker, for instance, you would be able to rotate quickly enough into that site. And it is a very easy site to defend if you're reasonably easy to defend, because there is like one area that you need to smoke, actually two, because you have that new jump up from mid where you can peek over the smoke. So you would need 2 smokes, and then you have that entire area covered as a T. Whereas on this A site, it is not that easy to defend it, actually, because there's a very big open area to try and push in and retake the site per se.
I 100% agree with you there. And ladies and gentlemen, while we wait for these technical issues to resolve, we'll go to a quick break, but don't go anywhere. We'll be back as soon as possible to get the rest of this game underway. All right, cool.
Jesus.
Hello everyone and welcome back to this matchup between WINSTRIKE and GAMERLEGION. It looks as though the technical issues have been resolved and we're ready to get things underway at a crucial point in this map as well. WINSTRIKE with an opportunity to recapture some much needed CT side momentum on their own map pick to avoid potential elimination, as GAMERLEGION have the chance to dominate the first half with this round.
After such a long pause, some teams will tend to go for the quick plays, actually, just because they expect their opponents to be a little bit sleepy. And just to walk through the smoke, Crizin does shut down Adam. Pushes forward as well, but there is Rusty behind the smoke still waiting. Did not expect the second play to be that close. And a nice little whopperoo from the side of GAMERLEGION. The thing is, it does draw a player away from that A ramp, and it is Alien, which is one of the top players in this map so far. That big op coming in clutch most of these rounds. If they manage to get the push quickly towards that A site, it would be massive to make sure that they do not encounter that op at all, because he's been shutting them down the entire time.
Certainly has, left, right and center, and he's in a quick rotation spot to scaffolding at the moment, so he won't be able to early contest, but he'll definitely be a presence in the retake should WINSTRIKE need him. They've done well to keep a hold of utility as well, as Lucky drops his final smoke towards the last 30 or so seconds of this round. That ult from Elian has now completely rotated back into the site as well to defend, and GAMERLEGION are running out of time, but they aggress into the site, and Nickelback sprays them both down through smoke. Zero alone as bo3 takes him down as well, and that was amazing from WINSTRIKE. They just know GAMERLEGION are probably trying to creep in the late stages and just find the spray downs.
That's a nice shutdown coming in. He it seems they got caught while standing pretty much in the exact same angle and just sprayed them through the smoke. bo3 also chimes in with a double, and GAMERLEGION's money is in tatters. They have a pistol, Galil, 2 AKs, and MAC-10. However, they do still have a lot of utility. It is going to be another quick A push. Maybe they'll actually go for the actual heavy aggression coming through, but this utility from WINSTRIKE does push them away from going extra deep and extra fast.
And this seems to be perhaps an issue with GAMERLEGION, slowing down a lot now, not quite moving in as aggressively as you would like them to, and WINSTRIKE winning that important round rather easily when all things were considered, as bo3 continues to punish the T side here in round number 12. Era's found 1 kill in exchange onto him with the deagle, but it's man advantage territory now for WINSTRIKE in the A bomb site, as GAMERLEGION are really struggling to get much done. They've slowed down massively on this T half, and they might just have to drop down onto pistols unless these AKs find magical work done.
Yeah, their utility is still available right now, flashes, mollies, and the like, but they have to go behind these. Nice catch from Era, getting rid of Crizin, and the op on site, Alien, is still there, scoped into the angle. That was a very greedy peek. It's gonna get shut out by Alien, and the bomb plant comes in from Adam.
Oh.
But a blind spray, Nickelback again. Oh my god, the smoke criminal coming in clutch. Adam is towards that fold area, and he'll need to clutch this out for his team.
Absolutely vital round. GAMERLEGION need it to put a stop to this WINSTRIKE streak, to deny any further momentum, and the opening kill found by Adam. That's left Lackey, the star of Mirage, in another clutch he needs to pull off. He just taps the bomb this time to bait out the peaks from Adam, and it works beautifully. Adam cannot convert the kill, and Lackey has done the work necessary for WINSTRIKE. Tied up the scoreline at 6-6 and only on 9 HP as well. It doesn't matter, as WINSTRIKE can continue this streak going.
GAMERLEGION, they're now on max loss bonus, got the bomb plant, so of course they'll just keep on forcing in every single round, but it does seem like WINSTRIKE have complete control of the game right now with that shutdown towards A. I mean, they just have that A site under their control. They need a different strat coming out from GAMERLEGION, and they might go for that early aggression towards B. Zero is gonna peek that angle, and he's actually heading out quickly. Does spot out his opponent on that A site. Sorry, the B site, of course, but the rotation is there from Crizin. Gonna be a 2-on-2 situation pushing forward. Rusty gets rid of Alien, though. The offer towards B is done. bo3 peeks out wide, is on the retreat. Era does know where he is, but the fold is covering him. Era does shut him down, but the turn it back from Nickelback. Great catch from Adam towards mid, and now it's Lackey peeking in. Sprays him through the box, but he's going to be able to disengage. Bomb site has been freed up for the Terrorists and Gamer Legion have control of it. Zero, can he lock him down? He went big on Mirage. He needs to go big right here. Shuts down one. He did spot out Nickelback, I'm certain, but is going to call in the rotation nonetheless. Zero with the 1v2 clutch on that B bomb site, and they will finally get themselves another round in their favor.
And it has broken the WINSTRIKE economy. I can't believe it. So many rounds on that A site came down to those one-on-one scenarios that now the bank is in a horrible spot for the CT side. And Gamer Legion, they still have the chance to convert the 9-6 scoreline they're looking for. It's been the force buy from WINSTRIKE in this round as they are desperate to try and continue their momentum going. They look to push forward onto the ramp to make work happen with these pistols. 4 players from WINSTRIKE here ready to aggress, but as Gamer Legion push up the B stairs, they should realize they have a relatively free sight on their hands.
Yeah, spray through the smoke. It's pretty expected. They have done it multiple times. Just hide in the angle. Aaron does take a lot of damage though in the meantime. Down to 14 HP. Definitely doable, but still tough to turn this one around for WINSTRIKE. Kristen is going to go the exact same angle. They have a 3-man aggressive A ramp hold from WINSTRIKE, but where is the rest of Gamer Legion? They're waiting for an aggressive move coming out from WINSTRIKE. Maybe expect the flash push to come forward, peek out wide, but yeah, it's dangerous fighting this long range against the Deagles. Kristen, Rusty does expect the second one to be there and does get him killed as well. Elian will peek out wide while Rusty jumps towards fold. And I think that should be the call that they're heading towards the other side because they did spot out 2 players. Luckily, Lackey is the one with the M4 towards B. Era is actually pretty low and in the front, so this is possible for Lackey if he goes big. Gets rid of Era, does not get the spray transfer connection coming through. But those Deagles close range. Mezzy is too quick on that rifle though, but Nickelback is sneaking past. They actually have no idea how close he is towards the side. Might flank Adam nicely from behind.
Oh, he can't hold on for the first kill. Ever so depressing. There was a chance for Nickelback, but Gamer Legion, they are going to be able to secure their 8th, and they hunt now down their 9th round as it's an MP9 in the hands of Lackey and pretty much just Deagles and armor for WINSTRIKE to work with. They did well to recover this into a 6-round scoreline and they have an opportunity to convert 7, but Gamer Legion should be happy with the 9 rounds they've earned.
It is looking so much like the last map with how everything is going so far. The scoreline, everything. I mean, WINSTRIKE still have to go towards that T side. With at least 6 rounds on their side, that is definitely very doable. Seeming this is a slightly T-sided map. And we don't know yet how Gamer Legion will be holding on with their defense.
It's passive in this round for Gamer Legion. They don't want to walk straight into those pistol crosshairs and allow any nasty 1-deeks to go WINSTRIKE's way at the beginning of this round. They're going to rotate slightly further over towards A, at least Krisen is, but he's more keen on watching mid rather than the full A commitment himself. And Gamer Legion, they might just back away from this one and go for the full site execution. They are going to be walking into stacked pistol players on this bomb site with a quick rotator in the wings. It means they have to land these early shots or they could get overwhelmed.
Nickelback is gonna try and smoke off to try and defend himself. The spray down comes through. Bondic is gonna actually, the bottom guy is gonna get taken out. They know Nickelback is towards sandbags because he did get mollied just then. Is gonna try and peek out wide. The flash to try and save their buddy, but it is not gonna come through. They actually molly their own teammate towards fold off. And that's a little bit of a miscommunication. A lot of damage has been dealt to Gamer Legion. They need to be careful. The pistols can definitely take care of them right now. They need to fall back, though, on WINSTRIKE. And they drop the bomb on site. 10 seconds left. They have to hurry. Mezzy has to plant the bomb. Pigs in white. Alien's going to go in for the kill. And WINSTRIKE somehow turned this one around. The time was ticking too low, and the pistols just kept spamming the smoke to find the frags left, right, and center.
And that's the issue there, really, for GamerLegion. You can't wait until the last stages to walk into a bomb site against these pistol buys, because they will just tag you down with those deagles. If they know you have to plant, they can just hold the aggressive angles and play for time rather than kills, which has allowed them to convert the round in the last of the half. Now, our partners over at LootBet actually think that GamerLegion have the slight advantage in this second map. I'm not quite sure I agree with them. It will depend, for my money, largely on who wins this pistol.
Yeah, I think WINSTRIKE have a solid chance here, especially because the T side is. I mean, I've seen their T side in a previous match against Izako, and they definitely looked pretty damn powerful on it. But GamerLegion, how is there? Look at this. They're actually going for the one player in mid. Zero gets the kill onto Lackey. They're just letting that A site go so far, and it seems play for the retakes. They do have a utility and a defuse kit for that retake, so it is definitely very viable for GamerLegion to just go for that A retake play.
They've heard the plant now as well. Despite WINSTRIKE not committing to it, it means the rotations from GamerLegion are going to come in much quicker for this retake situation. Era's found an opening kill as he swings out onto Nickelback. He can only deal damage, and Elian lands the third part of that crossfire from the T-side ramp. But now fully blind was Bondic. His teammate Nickelback has got the close range kill and reloaded just in time to save the round for WINSTRIKE. Massive play from Nickelback in the A bomb site. Had to reload in all of that chaos as well, and GamerLegion, they just don't push into him. They're too scared of Elian's P250, and that allows Nickelback the space he needs to win the round.
Yeah, first half it was Era with the big plays on the pistol round, and all second half it's all on Nickelback. I mean, that was just chaotic to say the least. I can't believe he actually survived a hailstorm of bullets from like 3 CTs aiming him right down, but he does manage to survive it all, and that puts GamerLegion at a problematic situation. They do have weapons behind them, a little bit of utility. Might go for the smoke push towards A ramp, but they should be aware of this on the side of WINSTRIKE. And there's going to be the smoke push. The flash does reign supreme, though. A 1-for-1 trade. They did smoke off the back end, and that's going to be the weapon dropped. Mac 10 on Rusty, and very aggressive ramp control coming in for GamerLegion. That means Zero on the B bomb site needs to go big, hold off this push. Luckily, the rotation comes in quickly from Adam to try and help out his buddy, but this is very doable. Unfortunately, Lackey does spot out Zero before Zero spots out Lackey towards the little smoke gap in the smoke. Adam is going to push through the smoke, actually. Long range taps coming out with the deagle. Adam towards the ramp, but does get shut down, and the last man standing is Mezzi. This looked like a very doable round from GamerLegion. Unfortunately, could not land those shots.
They really could not. WINSTRIKE now with 9. GamerLegion looking ahead to the eco that allows WINSTRIKE double digits, and then WINSTRIKE are fighting for 11 in the first full gun round of the second half. They look already much more comfortable on the T side of Vertigo as they began the recovery of their CT half even. There were a few rounds towards the latter stages of that half that GamerLegion should have taken advantage of, but you really, I think, saw why they don't pick Vertigo very often. They just only had one strategy, and that was a default into the A site. It worked on a few occasions, but now WINSTRIKE are back in the mix. They have the lead and the firepower advantage in this round as they look to extend it.
And we have an aggressive push coming in from Adam. Will actually be able to spot the bomb, but Lackey is going to pick up the bomb and is holding that flank push. Does shut down Adam, but gets dinked in the process. Very close to dropping his life, but with the 4 USPs left on the side of GamerLegion, unless there's a massive smoke screen coming in and GamerLegion just spams the smoke, I don't think that they'll be able to get much out of this round, especially not with Krisen rushing through the defensive lines with that Mac 10. Will take a decent amount of damage. You will get sprayed from behind, and Rusty actually gets the kill. Bondic tries to make a hero jump, but it is going to be shutting down that CT defense. 2 kills, not too bad, but also not enough for GamerLegion. They will go for the full buy round right now, and Era is going to be playing that op, that big green stick, to try and hold down most likely the A site. Probably.
That's the usual angle that you see the AWP get deployed in, and WINSTRIKE, as we look ahead to the first full gun round, have an opportunity to seize full control of Vertigo and their T side to boot as well. It looks like they're going to go for early utility presence towards B, perhaps try to bait in some quick rotators, but actually it's light ramp presence from WINSTRIKE as well. It looks like they want to make moves towards garnering mid control for the side, and if Lackey can get an entrance on these B stairs, that would just be a bonus.
At close range, if Zero peeks up wide from that well, it's almost cardboard right now. Nickelback actually sprays him down in return, so 1-for-1 trade will pull a rotation in Rusty away from that A ramp, and Alien is going to go for the op peak. Might win that against Era if Era is not wary. They do spot each other out. They spot that there's an opper in that angle. This is dangerous from Era. He's peeking out wide. Does miss the shot. They both whip the shot. Mezzi needs to hold down that push, but will not be able to do it successfully. I mean, that peek from Era was just so unnecessarily wide. There was absolutely no reason to go for that wide peek, especially against 4 enemy players still left alive.
He was getting a bit too aggressive on the CT side of Mirage as well, and perhaps that is a bit of a flaw in his AWPing playstyle. At least it has been in this series. Rusty, he's actually found a decent position. If he walks further, he could find some great damage. He could deny the plant even, and that's exactly what he's done. Nickelback taken out, 20 seconds left on the clock, and a second player to help defend the A bomb site. This has become much more winnable now for the GAMERLEGION side. Elian taken down at close range, leaves Crizzen at long with barely any HP to work with, and it's all shut down there by the positioning from Rusty.
Yeah, a nice play towards Fold. Yeah, Era right here. They go for the run boost, which of course you don't always expect. He actually went for Elian nonetheless, but even with the missed shot from Elian, he does lose his life. I mean, that position... Like, the moment 2 players peek you, yes, you have a player close range to try and trade it off, but if you get double peeked, you're just in trouble.
100%, and oh, that is lucky for Zero's part not to get punished for that one. Lackey gets taken down straight away, and WINSTRIKE are left in a 4-on-5 immediately. That's excellent aim from Zero to land the opening kill, and the utility damage has tagged Bondic down a little bit as well. But Rusty, he's eaten some of his own in this A ramp. It doesn't really matter though, as long as GAMERLEGION hold on to this man advantage, they can keep playing for trades. But Era getting aggressive like this could lend his angle to punishment. He's missed the shot, but staying alive is all that matters here as he goes for a second peek.
Another re-peek. He's clearing out the angles. If he just doesn't go too wide, it is okay. He might actually kill off Bondic, who is not aware of the positioning. That was an amazing shot. His right hand, his right pinky just got blown to smithereens and shuts him down. 3 versus 5, very doable here for GAMERLEGION. It is going to be a B push, but they are very aware of this. GAMERLEGION likes stacking that B site a little bit more than WINSTRIKE did on their defense.
They're going to try for a boost as well now up into the B site. But it looks well read from GAMERLEGION. They've not over-rotated. Rusty is still around. He's just watching mid, and it's Adam and Zero who need to do the heavy lifting in the immediate site. Rusty's actually arrived at close range as well to help out as they've read this execution well. Rusty's going to go for the counter boost over the top of these T-side smokes, and it could just work out. Instead, Crizzen's found him, but look how it's gone wrong. The boost has failed completely in the B bomb site. Both players punished severely by WINSTRIKE, and no kills found on the way in.
They had 10 seconds left on that bomb plant. They just needed to hold on long enough, play an angle so that the bomb plant would not go through or shut down the bomb plant. Mezzi and Era both get a frag. Last player, Nickelback versus Era. He has to win this duel. The flash is not going to hit the mark, and Era whiffs, or at least I don't even think he got the shot off, and that is a great clutch from Nickelback. 3 kills again. That pistol, and now this round, he is really stepping up to the plate.
That is awful from GAMERLEGION in the B bomb site. Not to find a single kill. They really risked it all with that boost, expecting they'd be able to win it out, but it's not exactly like it's an unorthodox play. WINSTRIKE aside, who clearly favor things on Vertigo, they strafe round, ready for the angle. They punish the first kill and spray through the smoke for the second. That could have been GAMERLEGION taking back Vertigo, but now I'm fairly confident WINSTRIKE are taking us to train.
And Train is, of course, also pretty much a coin flip, as the only match that WINSTRIKE have played on it, if I'm not mistaken, they have lost to Simon. So that is definitely a question mark for both teams, who that one might take. But however, this series is not over just yet. It is pretty tough for GAMERLEGION, but this second map can definitely be turned around if they step up and try to. I mean, that was a 5 versus 3 situation where they got annihilated on the B side. If they got one frag on them, you know, that extra little bit of luck. The boost just got completely destroyed by Krisen. Era playing a very deep off angle. Needs to be careful that he doesn't actually fall off. They're gonna go for that that A stack, and Era's dead.
Another common angle suspected by the WINSTRIKE side and pre-fired by Bondic, as 3 players have now fallen for GAMERLEGION. This eco is struggling even to find kills. Elian cleans up 0 at the end, and that's the 3-round lead now for WINSTRIKE here on their own map pick, fighting to stay in the tournament. They're showing that they still have some competitive spirit left over. GAMERLEGION are going to bring a full buy into round number 22, but if they fail to win it, they'll be dropped on to Pistols at 13-9 down, and that would definitely be WINSTRIKE firmly securing their map pick.
Yeah, Alien does opt to go for that op on the T side, compared to Era does feel a lot more comfortable, at least on Vertigo so far. And it has paid off. He is a very nice aggressive operator. Rusty gets spotted out by Bondic. Sprayed down. Nice catch there, but they are actually heading towards that B bomb site again. Era is now holding the angle with the op, with a player in Adam hiding towards that mid area. He's actually rotating slowly towards A side. This could be pretty painful for GAMERLEGION. Will the rotations be quick enough to try and save Era's life? The smokes, mollies, flashes, everything is going to rain through. He gets mollied off the angle. Is going to try and go for the re-peek, but he is 1 versus 5. Does need to be careful where he positions that up, of course. And does get a shot onto Lackey, but Alien will shut him down eventually. And now it is going to be a 3-on-4 retake situation for GAMERLEGION. They don't have that much left in the bank, and it's going to be pretty tough to come back into this map, especially with the flanker coming through.
He's got at least the opening kill. 0 and Mezzi trying to cling on, trying to make this retake work. Mezzi finds one, but his teammate has now been removed rather quickly from proceedings, and Elian knows his positioning can remove him just as fast. 13-9. Now the lead earned by WINSTRIKE, as GAMERLEGION are going to have to drop down onto the Pistols here. You have to imagine that's going to give WINSTRIKE their 14th and the opportunity to hunt down map point in the follow-up gun round, unless GAMERLEGION can go big here and do something crazy with these Pistols.
I mean, GAMERLEGION, they've had pretty decent defenses so far. They actually do read WINSTRIKE pretty well on their CT side. However, WINSTRIKE have just got the superior positioning. The executes coming out better, and they know what GAMERLEGION, where they're going to be hiding. Also, a couple of sad mistakes, unfortunately, on a couple of the GAMERLEGION players. However, this mid stack might be pretty nice, because they're actually going to push forward, and they haven't really gone for any solid mid aggression on WINSTRIKE, but still GAMERLEGION are reading this one very nicely. And they're even using Adam right there to try and bait them out, using his footsteps while running away to try and give them a false sense of security. However, that molly is going to force Era off the angle, and a nice job there from WINSTRIKE.
And all the hard work done by GAMERLEGION in that first minute completely wiped away by a single Molotov from WINSTRIKE. It means that that huge mid setup is not going to be worth anything at the moment, as instead the B-bomb site is targeted by the CIS squad. 0 can drop a smoke in front to buy a little bit of space to work with, but he's not going to have much to maneuver, as he's taken out by the AWP pre-fire. Era desperate to get one lucky headshot, but it's not given his way. Lackey cleans up that kill. Bondic finds another, and this B-bomb site is falling apart now for GAMERLEGION.
Not too much that they can do left. Rusty gets 1 kill, but they are now 5 rounds behind. And WINSTRIKE, this is going to be a buy round, but GamerLegion, they need to string so many rounds on the CT side, and it's just been looking pretty damn disastrous on their defense. They need a little bit more practice on this map, it seems. But then again, this could also be considered. I mean, if you don't play the map, you'll never get good at it, so they'll finally play their first Vertigo map. To be fair, they have actually had a pretty decent performance for a team that has never played, well, hasn't played an official Vertigo map in 3 months' time.
Well, I don't think they've played an official Vertigo map since this roster was put together even, so you have to commend the efforts that they put up on their T side of things, but it's a similar story to WINSTRIKE on Mirage. They just look completely uninspired in their defense, unready for whatever is going to come forward here. And perhaps you're wondering from the GamerLegion perspective whether or not it was actually worth allowing Vertigo into the series. They chose to remove Nuke in favor of this one, a map that they do actually have formidable statistics on, and a map that WINSTRIKE struggle on a lot more than they do currently on Vertigo. So a bit of a mistake, it seems, made in the veto, and now in this full gun round, Zero's able to get the kill onto Nickelback. That's vital if GamerLegion want to stay alive in this second map.
Oh, they're getting really aggressive here towards that A ramp, going for that early take. However, WINSTRIKE are heading towards that B bomb side. Nice defense from Zero. He needs to go big like he went in Mirage, and Arrow might catch the rotation. That's going to give at least the intel, which Adam uses perfectly to try and defend himself. Alien pushing on towards the side, gets a double. However, should not be able to get the bomb plant in, especially not with the bomb down mid. Rusty is on the flank, Alien. I mean, how can you get this plant off, especially when they are right behind you as well?
He might be able to get the plant, but winning the round may be a more difficult task for him, as the bomb doesn't actually confirm. So GamerLegion see no point in pushing, but eventually they do go too early. That gives Elian his first opportunity for a kill, and can he bait out any more peeks with a fake? He can, but Rusty is too quick to allow Elian's flick, and they will put double digits on the board from GamerLegion, but their economy on this T side is completely flush for cash. They can get as many buys out as they want to, and GamerLegion still have a heavy amount of work to do if they want to recover their CT side.
Yeah, they're also completely strapped for utility on GamerLegion, playing with a FAMAS on Adam. Still problematic for them, however, if Era can get that opening pick with Yop. He's looked a little bit better right now on that CT side than he did on the T. Oh, Alien shuts down Era. Never mind, Cossack Curse coming in. Alien he's 27 frags. He's again popping off completely.
And I think it does have to be said, he's not had a terrible performance on this map per se, but Era as an AWPer has certainly felt less impactful than Elian throughout this series, and the difference has really been noted. The openers on this A bomb site, time and time again for WINSTRIKE, have come from punishing an over-aggressive peak from Era towards the A ramp, and eventually GamerLegion just have to call it quits and put a stop to this kind of aggression, because it's really not working out for them whatsoever on Vertigo, and it didn't work out for them at all on the CT side of Mirage either. They need to play him much more passively, but Rusty instead looking to reclaim the kills for his side. He's gotten Krisen at bare minimum. That's a 4-on-4 secured, and with 40 seconds left, WINSTRIKE are actually under a little bit of pressure.
They're pretty much forced to go towards that A side right now. Elian does get rid of Adam, though. The Molly's coming in, and the spray plus Molly on top of Rusty loses life. That corpse was very distracting right there, as you can see the spray coming in from Lackey, but it is all on Zero. 1 versus 4. Has to probably just save the M4 to take it towards that, you know, the 5 map points.
He's definitely trying to hold on to it. He's heard the players charging around his left, but it's Bondic in front of him who takes him down, and WINSTRIKE 5 consecutive opportunities to close out Vertigo, and they won't get a much easier chance to do it than this upcoming round. The money for GamerLegion not as healthy as it could be whatsoever. They have 2 M4s, a FAMAS, an MP9, and a Deagle. That is all that stands between WINSTRIKE and their map pick and the opportunity to force us on to train as the decider, where both teams will once again be fighting to avoid elimination. Can GamerLegion hold on in this round? Rusty's trying to get aggressive, and he might just stay alive as long as he's careful. Oh, never mind. Bondix wrecked them both.
Yeah, that was that was massively painful. Messi gets shut down because Bondic pushes through the smoke. Will win that fight against Adam, and he's going for that ace. Just give him that ace. Let him be the only one hunting for 0, because that's gonna make it a lot more. Well, he's still on 100 HP. Bondic, close range, has his back turned to 0, and no ace for you, my friend. But 0 will get taken down by Lackey, and that is 16-10. Complete shutdown. Both teams kind of lackluster on their CT sides on both maps.
Really, that has been the case of the series so far. GamerLegion falling apart towards, despite the opportunity to actually claim that map pick of Vertigo, they weren't able to close it out against the WINSTRIKE side. Now we're looking to train as our third and final decider. Find out whether or not WINSTRIKE are able to pull off the reverse sweep, or whether GamerLegion can get it done and carry that momentum from Mirage back into this series. Who will avoid elimination? Find out after these quick ads. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Malta Vibes, brought to you by Gaming Malta, a home of gaming excellence. We are nearly ready to get our third and final map of Train underway between WINSTRIKE and GAMERLEGION to see who will avoid elimination and advance to play Simon for our last playoff spot of the day. My name is Protalis, and joining me to talk you through the action is DK Truman. How are you doing?
I'm okay. The heat's getting to me slowly but surely. But the interesting CS:GO is at least keeping me very much entertained. Both teams playing pretty much the exact same style. Like they start on the T side and then they start stomping completely. Then they swap to the CT side and get absolutely annihilated both maps in a row. So that means, well, actually on Train it is kind of a tough one because Train is actually, compared to Mirage and Vertigo, a lot more CT-sided. So I'm curious if they're going to continue that streak of, massive T presence, weak CT presence, or if finally one of the teams is going to step up on their CT game.
Well, it's really going to be a question of leadership for me to determine who's going to have the stronger T side of Train. You have two real options, in my opinion, when it comes to approaching the T side. You either can go off of momentum and feeling, try and walk in quickly, and if you've read the sites properly, overwhelm the lesser defended bomb sites and win out in the retakes, or you can play the chess match where you wait, you use your utility, you try and bait the CTs around the map until they're exactly where you want them to be, and then go for the executes at the latter stages in the round once that CT utility is used up. And it's going to be really interesting to see what strategies either side utilize, because if you go for that first option, if you go to try and push out on feeling, try and go quickly and rush in, if the CTs are tuned in and have utility, they're just going to absolutely wreck you with Molotovs, nades, and crossfires, especially in that A-bomb site. It's going to be a huge, huge nightmare. But if the CTs are having a bad day and you can just tap into a slight weakness somewhere on the roster, then it can really be a powerhouse of a T side that you can just trample forward in momentum. Now, with WINSTRIKE's experience with players that have been playing as long as Bondic have, I'd assume they'd be playing that more chess match style of that T side, and it's really going to be up to GAMERLEGION then to perhaps engage in a battle of the minds with their opposition to determine who will be tactically superior.
Yeah, I think Train is, as you said, one of the more tactical maps out there compared to a map like Vertigo, where it's pretty much one strat. You have so many different plays you can go for on the map. For me, it most of the time comes down to Opper's engagement. I mean, this is a really strong CT-sided Opper match, especially if you put the double op setup. It does seem like the knife round is on its way. Nickelback versus Zero. Who's going to win it? It's going to be Nickelback, and with that, WINSTRIKE are probably, I assume, CT side, but you never know with these kinds of teams.
They have selected that CT side, and on Train it's a bit more of a clear-cut decision as to where you want to start. WINSTRIKE and GAMERLEGION are both going to be absolutely desperate to claim a victory here on the third and final map of the series, because you face elimination quite simply with a loss and an opportunity still to earn that $25,000 grand prize if you can make it to the decider series later and beat Simon for a spot in the playoffs. GAMERLEGION are the side who I would say have the more difficult task here on Train. While WINSTRIKE have not been performing the best on it recently, it's GAMERLEGION who are coming into this third map off of a loss, so it's them who have to dig deep and find huge performances.
Yeah,
The odds from our partners over at LootBet actually slightly edging it out in WINSTRIKE's favor here, and I would certainly agree with those if they start on the CT side.
Yeah, the CT side does have a decent advantage. I do personally think that WINSTRIKE have a slight advantage more over than only the CT side. I think that the fact that they have Alien is going to be a big boost for them. I know that, of course, performance in previous maps doesn't mean anything in the current one, but there was a big difference between Era and Elian, especially with Elian's aggressive opping coming through in onto Vertigo. And we're starting off the pistol round by a couple of nice headshots from WINSTRIKE. It is going to be a 2-on-3 situation. It is very doable on both sides. Long-range taps. Never mind. Lackey gets the kill onto Era, and that is all onto Mezzy. Can the Brit manage to clutch this one out? He does peek out wide, but he is completely stuck between a rock and a hard place, and WINSTRIKE secure the pistol. Start off with a bang.
Now, these second rounds on Train can be dangerous on perhaps this map more than any other. If the T side can be allowed to win that second round, it's not just so hugely significant for their economy on a map that is as utility based for the CTs as I think it gets in the map pool, really, in terms of play style. So if GAMERLEGION could have overcome a second round force, that would have been a dangerous prospect indeed. They'd rather eco though and await the AKs in the next round. And on my earlier utility point, if they don't have many nades available in their full buy, they could struggle here on Train.
Yeah, it is going to be pretty... Oh, that's a kill onto Bomnik. Nicely done with the SMG player falling down. Peek out wide. Trying to rake in some extra cash. The last player standing is Zero. Does unfortunately go for the wrong target. And they will keep Elian alive. Krisen and Elian both get all 5 frags. Decent amount of bank, but the weapon advantage should lie on the side of GAMERLEGION right now with the quad... the 5 AKs and pretty much full utility as well.
They will have the firepower advantage on their side then as they head into the first full gun round on Train, and their first opportunity to show us what they have to bring to the map. It's quick flashes into the A bomb site as they try and force their way out. Adam will get a kill before being burned in the molly, but Lackey's good for a triple as his rifle sings out for 2 more kills in the round. He's eventually caught out of position by Era, but Elian has shut Mezzy down and left Era all alone in a 1-on-3 clutch that he cannot accomplish. And this is what I was talking about. If you go for that contact play style, you try and move in, it has to work out. Otherwise, that utility in crossfire in the A bomb site is just going to chew you to pieces.
It also definitely does help that Elian started off that round with an op. They went for the more greedy buy, of course. They didn't go for the full throwaway round, and it did pay off. He chucked in with a nice kill, but in that round, Lackey went massive with the triple kill at the start. They're going to go for another. Rusty at least is going to go for a quick push downhill, but he's going to get shut down and dragged all the way down by Elian with a nice opening kill. And the weaponry is rather lackluster on the side of GAMERLEGION. So with that nade onto Zero, the utility reigning supreme so far on WINSTRIKE.
And the pistols of GAMERLEGION have yet to deal a point of damage in the round. They drop a smoke in Ivy WINSTRIKE to try and build space for their players that have some slight additional defenses, but there are going eventually to be shots fired throughout that smoke from GAMERLEGION. However, they've not found many kills at this point, and with the time ticking down yet further, the likelihood that this round becomes a success continues to dwindle. Adam is over on that B side of the map, and he's going to drop and smoke to try and buy rotations, but Elian's missed a shot but has information. That's Era down, and I think he's just spotted the second player in position as well. Removes Mezzy from proceedings, and Adam at long range can find one with the Tech 9, but a saved rifle might just be the only reward he gets from this one.
I don't think that he'll be able to get that one at all, and Lackey shuts him down towards that B side. He even picks up a nice Tech 9 for his troubles. Good amount of money still left on the side of WINSTRIKE, and the full buy coming out. Is Era going to be playing the op? He does have enough money. Does he feel comfortable enough to take that duel against Elian, who does look pretty much let loose 6-2-0 in the first 4 rounds for the CT Opper?
Great work so far. And how are Gaming Legion now going to adapt to their second gun round of the T side? Is it going to be any slower than it was previously? Well, it has to be as a result of these WINSTRIKE Molotovs. They can't even think about aggressing out T-Con, and they have slowed down substantially, but WINSTRIKE have stacked into this B bomb site. Close range play with the MP9 allows Elian to trade Adam out, but this is an A execution coming through now for the Gamer Legion side, and Bondic's been caught too aggressively out in the open. Lackey can at least reply and make it a 3-on-3. He could even find a second, but Mezzi rips his head to pieces and leaves Nickelback at close range to stabilize. He finds it ahead of the smoke, but through it, the tracers are punished, and now Elian, the hero of Vertigo, has found a close range AWP kill. The bomb on the back of Mezzi. Now Elian looks to clutch it out with a rifle.
That is a sick round coming out from Elian. That flick was absolutely massive. I must say that some of the CT plays were kind of weird with their positioning, but look at that flick. No scopes, Rusty. I mean, at that point, you pretty much have the AWP barrel inside his stomach. Spots out Mezzi trying to play around the smoke, and will finish him off with the 8K spray down. There were some moments where you just saw some CT players walk around the site, not having a single clue on where Gamer Legion might be. I can't recall who it exactly was, but they were just standing out in the open. One white box had his back turned out. So those sort of plays should not happen. They're still 5-0 ahead, but those are the things that you need to keep an eye on to improve your defensive capabilities.
They certainly are. In this round, Gamer Legion, they're playing it slower, and they do have a lot more utility to work with, and this is more the chess match style that I was talking about. You spend the majority of your half dropping smokes and flashes in certain places to try and bait out repositioning. Instead, Gamer Legion just look to drop their smokes in default places and commit into the A bomb site, though, and again, Nickelback and Bondic start to tear them to pieces. Mezzi's at least punished with a lucky headshot through the smoke, but Bondic's followed up onto the captain for Gamer Legion now, as he's still in an aggressive spot. His team's nade nearly takes him down there, but Mezzi still falls at the end of things. 4 stay alive for WINSTRIKE. They're starting to build up now a very healthy CT bank on the defensive side of things, and Gamer Legion are floundering at the start of their T side.
To be fair, that was a perfect nade. Does not take him down, though, and they have a lot of cash still left in their reserves. Era, this time, come on, with the AWP. I want to see that straight duel, and I want to see him win that straight duel, because all 3 maps so far have started off with one team stomping one side completely. But will this one end in a return as well as the first 2 maps, or will this be all over for Gamer Legion? This is going to be one of the rounds that they need to definitely win. Prison playing close range, tossing down that nade, which actually bounces completely back, so a completely whiffed nade coming through. Is the only B defender, though. And the rotations are pretty far away from this WINSTRIKE side.
Zero trying to bait out presence from Pop Dog, but he's been largely unsuccessful, and now Gamer Legion look as though they want to attempt the 2-man drop. Bondic is flashed off, but he's not fired any bullets yet. Rusty's going to bait out his spot anyway, and it only takes a little bit of damage to do so as well. That just keeps Bondic drawn into Pop Dog at this point in time, and it keeps Gamer Legion aware that if they do decide to attack B, there could be a fast flank on the way. B does look like their eventual target, and now WINSTRIKE have barely any utility left remaining. This is exactly why Gamer Legion would have wanted to wait out these rounds, as they've actually baited a second player into that B bomb site now as they look to put utility down in A.
Yeah, very nice play coming out. No defensive nades coming through anymore. Elian is actually going to lose the duel against Arrow. Spray down from Lackey from above. Will not manage to get a kill. Does that do a little bit of damage, but needs to go big here. At least 2 are needed to make this possible. Nickelback chimes in for a kill as well. Rush through the smoke, and Lackey gets the catch onto Adam. They're getting absolutely annihilated. Era down to 10 HP. 1 versus 2. 10 seconds left. Will have to try and save the AWP, but will actually lose that one. Definitely looked like he should have been able to get the shot there, but will drop the AWP.
Now we have the opportunity to talk about our case partners over at Hellcase, the biggest and most well-known case opening platform with almost 100 cases, updated case battle upgrader, and dozens of monthly giveaways. Why not go and check them out? There's a timeout coming through from the T sides. We have a 7-0 lead, and this is something I want to highlight here. Lackey goes for this spray, and Era swings out there with the AWP, but he misses the first shot. He actually has to go back for the second one there onto Lackey, which prevents his teammate's life from being saved and allows a further man advantage in that late scenario. You hate to say it, you really do hate to put emphasis on it, but GamerLegion so far feel like they've had something missing all day, and it might just be some AWPing impact from Era.
Those openers are just not there currently. I mean, it also doesn't help that Zero, who was actually the hero of that first map, has absolutely no impact so far. 1 kill in these 7 rounds. So they just... GamerLegion, you can't just mush it all up onto Era. It's the entire collective is not performing as well. Yeah, they do have some players that have their occasional massive rounds, but everyone has... they don't have that. I think Mezzi has been the best player so far, all round, but you see them just fumble one after another.
Oh, that gap in the smoke. Elian can probably stick around here if he wants to and utilize that a bit more, as GamerLegion should just be terrified that he's willing to take shots through it. They know that that gap exists now, and they really don't want to aggress any further into him as they fall back towards a strategy they've utilized every round, it feels as though, so far, if they chose to attack the A-bomb site. Instead, they're going to switch it up and hit this B side of the map. But Elian, deep in Ivy, is in spot for the quick rotation, and Nickelback and Krisen, they're not going to let this site go without a fight. Early Molotov just to slow things down even more as the flashes come through.
Yeah, rush through, long-range Tech 9, see if he can get anything done. Should be a decent nade. A little bit off the mark, but that molly is pretty big. Zero does get the kill in onto Krisen, but Nickelback holds the line. Will they be able to get anything more done? The Op from Ilian does chime in. Close range fight. Lackey sprays him through the smoke, headshot, and it's going to be 4 alive. But GamerLegion got the bomb plant, so they have enough for a full buy next round. 8 rounds in favor of WINSTRIKE. But the GamerLegion, they need some rounds on the board, because this is... I mean, I can't say that GamerLegion's out of it, because I've seen the previous 2 maps. I know how big of a chance there is for a comeback. I'm terrified for it.
8-0 at the start of Train. That's a perfect spot for WINSTRIKE to be in, especially on the CT half of things as well. That is what's really, really scary now for this GamerLegion side, as the T side is notorious for being more difficult, and even for GamerLegion, it's the side they seem to struggle on the most on this map overall. Krisen, that's mighty aggressive. So is Elian, and both of them get taken down immediately. WINSTRIKE decide to switch things up with some pace of their own, but it might have just gifted GamerLegion their first round of the half.
Sorry. Oh, well, that was a whiff molly right there.
Yeah, just a little bit. Not quite what you're looking for from GamerLegion. And this is an interesting double push at the moment from WINSTRIKE. They're putting 2 players in Ivy. Bondik's taken a lot of fire damage here from the mollies, but he's still alive. And as GamerLegion reposition onto the A-bomb site, they might just be walking into a stack.
WINSTRIKE actually have the perfect read. Like, they know exactly. GamerLegion have a completely free B site, but they're mind gaming themselves. They just outplayed themselves by thinking, oh, they'll never have a solid defense. Lackey shuts one down, peek out wide. But luckily enough, they do chime in with some kills. Nickelback, can he defend it enough? There's a player towards Ivy who's flanking him. He does expect the player to come through and is probably going to get sandwiched in. Oh, look at him jiggle peeking all over the place. He's terrified of where Mezzi could be, and Mezzi does shut him down. Finally a round on the board for GamerLegion. However, they do really need to work on their utility.
A few mistakes in that last round, but thankfully for GamerLegion, none of them were aim mistakes. They were able to land all of the shots they needed to, and really, WINSTRIKE, that was a silly decision to be aggressing into the back of B so intently with both players. Crizzen getting taken down immediately, and then that ult from Elian is obviously going to expect it to try and come back in as the trade. I'm not particularly a fan of B aggression, and this time it was just poorly timed from the WINSTRIKE side, but they can still bring a buy together. However, their economy is limited. After just one victory from GAMERLEGION, they could force WINSTRIKE onto an eco with the second win here.
Yeah, they really do need this one though. And with that Molly thrown right into the smoke, Bonding does still have that nice lockdown on Pop Dog. Quick rotations are possible, so they need to be careful for it. And now WINSTRIKE, they're just going to be playing the bomb site. They do have a very nice close angles with Nickelback and Crizzen. Their utility, however, is starting to fall flat. They do have a Molly to hold this push up. That's a pretty big Molly. Run through the smoke. Molly does actually not take that much damage. And Nickelback on site, he knows someone just jumped past him, but they don't actually clear sight completely. Nickelback does get one frag. Rusty coming up. Oil. Nickelback here's the steps, shuts him down. The bomb on site can't really get planted safely because he is too close. He could just push forward and shut him down. They are jiggle peeking all over the place right now. Lackey with the flank is going to get shut down by Mezzi, and now it's all on Era and Mezzi to try and hold off this.
Ooh.
Retake. Era with the double. Actually, no-scoped Nickelback right there to shut him down. And GAMERLEGION second on the board. Money is gone for WINSTRIKE, and okay, Era with that up, looking solid.
Definitely is starting to arrive, at least in that last round, putting in work for the GAMERLEGION side, and perhaps this is them able to wake up on the T side now as WINSTRIKE have to drop down onto an eco. And I do feel like every time WINSTRIKE lose these advantages, it's because they're pushing into the back of B, whether it was the aggressive round they took in the last, or whether it was Lackey trying to make his way up the Pop Dock ladder in the last round we just saw. It just got punished by Mezzi, unfortunately, and then that man advantage was won single-handedly, virtually, by Era. Zero's punished the aggression from WINSTRIKE. This time, the E-code pistols will find less than nothing in the early stages, just 70 damage or so on to Zero, but the A-bomb site is totally empty, and Lackey, he's found an opening kill on to Era, but any more than one would be very lucky indeed. Second headshot, and AWP secured at close range, finds another shot as well. Crizzen now only needs 2 lucky dinks, and this is the round for WINSTRIKE.
How does he manage to get 3 kills? Like, I mean, the second kill I get because he was down to 31 HP. He didn't actually need the headshot, still lands it. But the fact that he manages to then pick up the op and get the 3rd kill, that is pretty... the damage that is being dealt with absolutely no real investment on the side of WINSTRIKE is pretty big. I mean, that's going to cost them almost all the funds that they have left right now to try and pick up that op again, because they're actually letting that op behind, which with the bomb plant coming in, Crizzen could be able to retrieve. I don't know if they actually like toss it out of the map, but if Crizzen manages to pick up that op, that would be massive for them.
He should be able to go and grab something. Let's have a look. I think I'm looking straight at that AWP, perhaps. There are other weapons at closer range at bare minimum. Yep, the AWP has been left, or at least the AKs have. He finds the sniper around the corner, so he'll just keep that one. And to be honest with you, considering that was a hard eco from WINSTRIKE, fairly well done. They find 3 kills. They save an AWP forward into the next round to boost their own money a little bit. That is not bad at all from WINSTRIKE in the eco. However, it is time for them to start winning rounds again on this CT side. Otherwise, GAMERLEGION are going to be allowed a severe amount of momentum before the second half even begins.
Exactly that. Let's see. Yeah, they should still have a little bit of extra money on GAMERLEGION, but WINSTRIKE should have a very healthy buy, especially with Elian getting that free op on his side. Nickelback still having 7k as well. Might go for the double op. They're not going to go for the double op. Unfortunately, this is one of the maps where double up definitely is very viable. If you have one anchoring towards connector and the other one either IV or quick peek B.
Well, Elian, with that CT AWP, is having a peek around Ivy, but For now, the Molotovs are enough to deter Mezzi from the angle, and Gamerlegion are happy to have another passive one here. They'll stick around towards the back of B, use that utility to try and migrate WINSTRIKE around, but they want to burn down the CT nades. That's the real key. If they can use flashes and the likes to burn out utility and smokes, they're in a dream scenario, but instead it looks as though they want to aggress straight into this B site. Advanced smoke deployed as they try and drop a Molotov to extinguish this, but it's gone too far forward, which gives away their position that they have to be coming from the upper lines. Nickelback up close. He's found the second, actually defended by his teammate Lackey, who's only just been found by Rusty. Era's taken down Krisen now as well, and Nickelback on 18 is creeping around with just a P2K in his hand. He might just miss the timing on Era as well, as instead he lines up the pistol shot. Now is safe to reload with the M4, and it's Rusty aggressive who needs to find kills. Gets the first, but Bondic has found the second, and now in a one-on-one against Mezzi, he knows the positioning and holds down the spray. 9-3 secured by WINSTRIKE, as Gamerlegion, they just about have enough cash to buy.
Nickelback right there has balls of steel. Like, not choosing to reload his M4, just running around with the P2K, actually gets the headshot as well on Era, who then, I mean, the Opera is out of the picture, and then Bondic doubling up his score to finish it off in a 1 versus 2 clutch. Nice round from WINSTRIKE. There is going to be a full buy coming out from Gamerlegion. A little bit tattered buy, though, but both sides have picked up the op, so it is definitely a very dangerous round on both sides, though they have to be very careful with this round because, again, money is tight on both ends.
Certainly is. Close range in T-Con. The first engagement could occur. MP9 versus AK, but at the moment, it's a Galil in the hands of Zero as he's trying to use this gap in the smoke to his advantage, but it's Lackey who really needs to be careful. He's playing anti-flash at the moment for his teammate to try and give him a way in, but Elian's actually so aggressive with the AWP even. Gamerlegion are positioned to deal with this CT aggression absolutely perfectly. They seem to have read it just about as well as you can, and as Rusty looks to move forward, it's a real stalemate towards T-Con, and I wonder who's going to break it first.
The push towards Ivy might actually lure a player or two away from that T-Con area. They do have a 4-man stack towards that A site, and with that one flash thrown out by Adam, it's going to keep the B player over there, but the spray down is going to connect. Lackey gets rid of Rusty towards T-Con. They finally get the kill, but that gives away the double, the 2-player position. Alien does get a shot with the op. Lackey chimes in as well. Why is no one ever holding their gun in this game? And now it's all on Era 1 versus 4. His big green stick is going to be enough. He has 13 seconds. They hear him run away. They're trying to finish him off. He does get the catch onto Lackey, but are they going to hunt him down to make sure that he drops that big gun? He peeks out wide, and Alien, of course, is not going to lose the duel. Wins it. Double digits for WINSTRIKE, and Gamerlegion, they're down in the gutter.
They're perhaps more than in the gutter, as they don't even have any cash to work with in this round as well. They might just have to invest into light pistols so that they can buy up into the next. This was Lackey's crazy play from a few rounds prior. Just 3 excellent kills there to do the economic damage necessary to drop Gamerlegion down onto an eco now following their investment in that last round. It looks as though the fire will deter the advance for the moment, but with that last flash deployed, Gamerlegion have only their weapons now to work with as they collapse into this A site.
Adam sneaking in towards Sandwich. No one's peeking that angle. Bondic is actually tagged to 60, so needs to be careful for the close range fight against the Deagle. Gets killed off. That's going to be 3 kills for Gamerlegion. All of a sudden turning this around. Will Krisen together with Nickelback be able to hold the line? Nickelback has been going pretty big so far with his P2K, but will not be able to get another kill. And Gamerlegion with the pistols, they do a lot better than they do with the ops and AKs.
They just catch WINSTRIKE out of position every time. Elian clearly had no idea they'd already made their way out of T-Con, otherwise he would not have been so harshly exposed to the angle. And then at close range, Bondik can just do nothing as he's really being wrapped around from two sides at once. And then at that remaining point in time, the Deagles never fight alone. They engage 2 or 3 players at the same time to make sure they can clean up the remaining members of the WINSTRIKE defense. Era is praying for timing, but it does not go his way, at least in the last round of this first half, as the Molotov will keep Bondik out of Pop Dog. GAMERLEGION with a firm advantage to pick up 5, and WINSTRIKE, it would really just be a bonus round to get 11.
Yeah, they're going to go for a flash into Pop. Nickelback close range. If that flash pops perfectly, he might be able to get a double spray down with his FAMAS. However, there's a quick rotation towards that angle, though. Pretty sneaky. Scout shot does connect from Elian on top of Red. Peek out wide. Nickelback gets flashed instead. The flash, they held it for so long on the side of WINSTRIKE, but it seems to be a little bit too long. Bondik will be able to pick up an AK for his troubles towards Pop. And Era is still pretty low in HP, close towards that Pop. Right behind him, Lackey does get the catch, and they did not expect it. Elian gets sorry, it was Elian actually that got the kill, gets another one through the smoke, and Adam is now on that B site trying to clear out the angle. The bomb is dropped towards T-Con though, and Mezzi, they're completely flanking different areas, but 30 seconds, he needs to grab the bomb to try and get it planted. There is very little chance that he'll be able to get there on time. Elian will lose that duel, but I mean, 20 seconds, grab the bomb, run all the way back to A side, then you got like 5 seconds to plant. Yep. No chance that he'll be able to win this round.
Unless they over-aggress into him. They're starting to overextend, but he's missed the first shot, and Bondik can swing out of Pop Dog and finish things off. 11-4 lead for WINSTRIKE at the end of the first half of our final map of the series. They need just 5 T-side rounds to face off against Simon in the deciding best of 3 for a chance to reach the playoffs. Meanwhile, GAMERLEGION, they could only obtain 4 on their T-side, and now they have an incredibly steep mountain to climb if they want to pull off the comeback and avoid elimination from the 6th Malta Vibes Cup.
This is, I think both first series were 9-6, so this is a little bit tougher to overcome than the previous series. It is still the CT side, so it is possible, especially if you win the pistols, the pistols. But look at Elian, 15, 3, and 7, absolutely popping off with that op. And Era, he's had the op multiple rounds, but still only on 9 frags. So they really need him to step up to win those op duels, especially on the CT side. It is very crucial to have an effective op that gets themselves the opener towards... I mean, there's so many angles for the CTs to hold on this map. It's insane where you can hide with that big stick.
The A site, I mean, even the bomb site, there's just the B bomb site, there's just so many places to where an AWP is vital to the CT defense of Train. And Era starting to wake up at the end of the first half. Perhaps he can get it done, but our partners over at LootBet don't have as much faith in his squad, as it's 1.18 for WINSTRIKE, and the firm favourites are they. Heading into this second half, you have to imagine if they can convert this pistol, those odds should probably be even more in their favour.
Yeah, if they win this pistol, I mean, it's not out of it. We've seen the triple scout setup previously as well, but it is going to be pretty tough. Nickelback picking up the Deagle, thinking he's Nico right now. Okay, you don't see it too often. It's, of course, you know, P250 is still a headshot, one-shot kill. Rusty close range will get shut down by Kristen. The 1-for-1 trade coming through. Mezzi is actually pretty tagged, is falling back, has no armor. Bondik pushes forward, and the close range Glocks are reigning supreme. Kristen gets another one. Kristen's going big, and it's all on Adam, but he gets shut down by Elian. And that Deagle, it was nice and flashy, but Nickelback got not. I don't even think he got a single shot off.
Unfortunately not. And now the 12-4 lead, WINSTRIKE with the second pistol. This is nightmare territory from GAMERLEGION to be in as well. almost every player from WINSTRIKE was able to get a kill in that pistol. So look at the rifles on the board. They've got 3 AKs with a Galil and a MAC-10. They're not taking any chances with the firepower of their buy. And it's GAMERLEGION who need to use an unorthodox strategy here. They need pixel perfect aim just to stay alive. Otherwise, they'll be ecoing in the next, and WINSTRIKE would be 14-4 up before the first gun round.
Yeah, maybe if Rusty gets, for instance, a lucky flank, of course. Gonna be Mezzy with that scout towards Ivy. Does throw it the first shot, is not gonna connect it though. A little bit of damage is being dealt here to the T's, but WINSTRIKE is getting pretty close, and no one is actually checking that angle as well. bo3 is just gonna spray down Rusty through the grates, and that is a very nice opener for them. The defense of GAMERLEGION, aggressive move from Zero, but Krisen definitely does expect someone to be that close. It is but gonna be the execution of Zero. Mezzy with that scout has to go big. I mean, they really need this round, otherwise they're looking like it's gonna be map point anytime soon.
Mezzy missing his shots here as the man who finds the first kill, but he's going to need way more in the rack. He's found 2, but Krisen's now removed him and left Adam with it all on his shoulders. 1 on 3. Deagle and Galil now to work with, but Krisen spotted out his position. He's still alive in the 1-on-2 scenario, but as the bomb has been planted in the A site, it's Elian who gets the kill at long range. Adam falls. WINSTRIKE pick up their 13th round, and GAMERLEGION, what do they even do here? If they eco, they give away 14-4, but if they force, they'll never have a good economy until the end of this match. It looks like they want to eco through this round and let their opponents on to 14, as they will try and deny map point in round number 19.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, Malta Vibes is a tournament of comebacks, but this one does seem a little bit too hard to muster for the side of GAMERLEGION. WINSTRIKE have looked a lot more awake, I would say, on after that first map, which of course was not in their favor. There's a very aggressive rush from Elian on site. Adam actually still managed to get the kill onto Nickelback, but we do have the rest of the team almost being shut down, ducking under the USB bullets. Long range stat fight. Who's gonna win it? Mezzy does not get the shot connection onto Lackey, and Lackey does finish it off with a 4K in that round.
With the MAC-10 as well, so he's on a healthy amount of cash now alongside the rest of his team, as the first full gun round of the second half comes through, in which both sides have rifles available. In GAMERLEGION, this is it. This is elimination with a loss. They have to stand tall now, and they have to streak at least something like 8 or 9 rounds in a row before they let WINSTRIKE score. It's a huge task on their shoulders, and WINSTRIKE, they look like they were trying to go quickly to try and accomplish it, but that CT utility has deterred them early on.
I think they went for like a nade stack towards back red or something. See if they could get a player caught off guard. Unfortunately, does not pay off. And Mezzy does spot at least a couple of players out towards Ivy, so that's some intel gained on the positioning. Rusty is going to hold that close. Pop Dog could be a quick flank, especially with the bomb heading towards the B site, where we have Adam holding it solo, falling all the way back towards Connector, so that he can go for a quick rotation, if necessary, towards that A site.
Era, yeah. That's the angle he's going to take up. And WINSTRIKE, they do look like they want to target this B-bomb site, actually. It would be the right call, as Era wouldn't be able to land the opening shots. That task is all on Adam's shoulders, as Era's actually rotating back closer to the A-bomb site now. WINSTRIKE may have just sold this perfectly as a fake. They drop the smokes now into the B-bomb site. Adam will throw an advanced nade to try and deny the plant. He'll get up close to top the train too, but he's actually taken down Bondic. Nickelback's now found him though, and this plant can come through on the B-bomb site, and it's going to need to be a 4-man retake from GAMERLEGION to deny map point for WINSTRIKE.
That's actually pretty insane that GAMERLEGION, I mean, the bomb was planted and you still saw 3 players on the A site not even moving. They were just completely locked in and expected it to still be an A site. Even though the full execute came towards B, they were on B site. They had the plant, and they just lost a player there. It's kind of surprising that they didn't rotate a little bit sooner. Maybe they thought that the players there would be able to hold it off, but they're going to go and save. And that is going to be 11 map series points.
And GamerLegion, it's looking very likely at this point that they are going to be the team eliminated in this series. 15-4. I'm not even sure if I've seen a comeback be pulled off in any match I've ever watched from such a great scoreline deficit. It is such a huge task to ask of them. On the CT side of Train, they have 4 rifles, but no AWP to deter just the first attempt from WINSTRIKE, as their cash is going to allow at least another full buy.
Yeah, they've kept a lot of players alive. Zero's already tagged down to 22 HP. No real aggression coming out from GamerLegion, so they don't have any solid reads on the positioning of WINSTRIKE just yet. And the bomb is heading again. Well, it's top Pop Dog. Needs to be careful that he doesn't accidentally, you know, peek into Pop, then gets killed and then drops the bomb down there, because I've seen that happen plenty of times and it's never fun. However, they do have a lot of rounds to try and win that last one on the side of WINSTRIKE. So, I mean, at one point, you might as well just, you know, go for the crabby play or something weird at this point. Like, they have so many throwaway rounds, it's insane.
It looks like A is the target of WINSTRIKE in this, as they're sending Lackey in first to take control of Ivy. They have Elian supporting him at long range with an AWP in case a strafing rifler arrives, but this is great team play, just working with each other to build the space that they're looking for. Smoke goes down to give away Mezzy's position too, but Lackey can't punish the tracers effectively. Mezzy's allowed that kill, and as a flash comes in on the B bomb site, it's all on these two defenders. Close range, Adam goes down, and Krisen might have just won the map, but he's fallen off to his death, dropped the bomb and left it in a 3-on-2 now. Bondik is going to be able to secure the plant, but GamerLegion, they could still be in this.
Yeah, especially with the double flank coming in. Walks through the smoke, Aaron gets a double spray down, and that should be the defuse coming in. Getting round number 5 on the board, but they still have 3 times as many rounds on WINSTRIKE, and it is still a pretty tough cookie this game, because WINSTRIKE have a full buy this round, maybe even a decent one the round afterwards. But very nice job from Krisen, at least partially very nice job. Here he gets a double kill and then falls to his death.
Fairly critical oversight as well, because they really needed both men alive. They needed someone watching that close smoke, but they couldn't do it while the plant was being committed to, because somebody had to protect the planter, and they have to watch the angles that the CTs are more likely to aggress from. This time, it's quicker towards the B-bomb site from WINSTRIKE, as the AWP already has control of the back tunnels. Adam is going to be shoulder strafing the bottom of ramp, but Rusty's taken down Krisen immediately. The aggression does not work out for the WINSTRIKE side, and GamerLegion, they start to be strengthening slightly now.
Yeah, it's unfortunate that they do it pretty much at the end of the game. However, it is possible. I'm not saying that it's probable. I'm saying it's possible. It's still CSGO. People can completely tilt out. Flash coming in. Rusty's blind, sprays up, but because he can't see anything, just sprays into nothingness. Bondik does dodge all the bullets up his keister and will manage to secure that kill. And it should probably be a... Oh, that's a nice angle from Adam. They might not expect him to be that close in the smoke. Will he get anything done? They're gonna... God, don't turn your back on him. Be careful, guys. This is dangerous. He does get one, falls back, escapes by the skin of his teeth, and they're really aggressive to try and get that refrag, but the nade coming in will hold them off. A triple defense already called out towards GamerLegion, towards that B site. They should be able to get the bomb plant in, but look how close that push is from GamerLegion towards Oil. We already have Era chiming in with a kill. Elian gets a kill in return, but does not expect Mezzy to be that close. Spray down comes out, and now it's all on Bondik. 1 versus 2. Bomb not planted for him, but at least I don't think so. No, it should be safely planted on site.
It is, and Zero's not giving his position away at the moment either. Mezzi's yet to stick the bomb as bondik. I don't think he's done enough to secure it. Zero doesn't have a kit as he runs forward. Is there a kit on this bomb site for him to pick up? There is, so he should have enough time to secure this defuse now and keep GAMERLEGION alive for the moment. Nearly held on by bondik, but it's an expensive round for GAMERLEGION to lose. They have to invest in on 4 players, which will drain their cash reserves, and WINSTRIKE, they might buy into this one. It would make more sense, though, for them to just go Deegs and Armor, as they have so many rounds to work with on this half. Instead, they want to try and punish now.
Yeah, it's, I mean... Yeah, they're going to go for that op play. They do have pretty much almost everything they want on GAMERLEGION, just a little bit lackluster on some utility and maybe a couple of kits. But they're going aggressive out towards Olaf on the side of WINSTRIKE immediately. bondik gets a kill. Zero gets taken out first. Rusty gets taken a second. And all of a sudden, they are down 2 players on GAMERLEGION. Is this going to be the round that they will lose the series in? Blick is gonna whip from Era, and he's the last man standing on site. 6 HP and an op, but the dream is dead. GAMERLEGION get eliminated, and WINSTRIKE still have one best of 3 series to play up